Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency says Iran was not taking the final steps toward making a bomb. And despite the recent warfare, diplomacy, he says, could still prevent Iran from getting that bomb. Now, in response to the missile strikes, Israel's defense minister promised increased activity of the air campaign in Iran, and Israeli fighter jets were active both above central and western Iran. The IDF says the targets were missiles and military infrastructure.
The United States has been warned any direct involvement would result in all-out war with Iran. President Trump says he'll make a decision regarding the conflict in 2 weeks. Iran's foreign minister is in Geneva for talks with European leaders. Speaking before the Human Rights Council, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi says Israeli strikes on Iran's nuclear program an unjust act of war.
Hundreds of my fellow Iranians have been killed and injured following Israel's surprise armed attacks and terrorist operations.
The Israeli ambassador to the UN reacts to President Trump's move to wait on Iran to continue negotiations. Here's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal.
President Trump said he'd make a decision about Iran within the next 2 weeks. Israel's UN ambassador Danny Danon said talks with Iran have been ongoing for decades.
If it will be like, what happened in Libya, when you had real inspectors who came into Libya, took out everything out, that's a mechanism that can be discussed. But if this is going to be just another round of talks, that's something which we cannot accept.
While the International Atomic Energy Agency recently said Iran could not prove its enriched uranium wasn't being diverted to military uses.
America's listening to Fox News.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos. Fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/policy. That's ethos.com/policy.
Here we go. Howdy, howdy. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. With Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, and sports raconteur extraordinaire, and the mechanical mangler at the controls. It's Flounder, and I can't see in the back. Is Lord Brian back there, or what's the deal?
Yes, he is.
Well, I'll be done. You get his cookie?
I will let him know. It's right beside the computer there, Brian.
Oh, there you go. I think you were trying to take the cookie I left for Lord Byron.
I still haven't had mine yet,
I gave you your... Now we have a scandal going. No, we don't. I was cookie day today. And Friday, I'm in love. Yeah, well, that will be the day. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and Lord Brian. How's it going? Here's the number, 404-741-1230. Let's see. It's boards at 4 o'clock. It's coming up to summertime, so I say Saturday. And here's that number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Hope all is well. It's a beautiful sunny day and muggy, and the temperature I looked in the forecast the next several days, it's going to be almost 100 here in Atlanta. And I mentioned that to Pete earlier, and first thing you said was what, Pete? Oops, today, hold on.
100.
I'm sorry. Once again, now go. Here you go.
The Braves will be playing at 100-degree temperature in New York.
God, this is unbelievable. And by the way, was it you that sent that video of the guy complaining about the Mets losing again? Or they'll never win? Oh my God!
Frank Fleming is his name.
Frank the Tank.
You can't play it. This guy's screaming, doing a selfie, screaming that.
We're going to play it.
Oh, we are going to play it. Oh.
Yes.
You must have worked for hours to get to clean up that tape.
You want to play it now?
Yeah, play it now. Here, the Braves beat the Mets, and again, we're playing again tonight.
First of all, let's set the stage here.
Yeah, here you go.
There is we all know that Mets fans, they react to adversity better than just about anybody.
Very
There's
active,
no fan base better equipped for navigating the highs and lows of a long baseball season than New York Mets fans.
Even Philadelphia.
Famous for their patience and quiet resolve when things go awry.
They seem like a real team family.
It's over. This season is over. They are going to be the first team to be 20 on overgames and lose 40 in a row. They are never going to win another game. Ever since Buster Olney, goddamn mother, God, son of a bitch, they're never going to win a game. They're not even going to be close. Everything's a blowout. Montas is coming. Everyone's Montas. They're going to allow 99 runs a game now. And it's never going to the Rockies are going to finish a higher record than them.
I missed that last part there.
It's Joe Biden at the end there.
Biden.
No clue.
There you go. Oh, man. Lordy. Well, that's a preview of Holy Crap at Sports somewhat later on this afternoon. Oh, my goodness. Well, anyway, so let's begin the program. It's Friday at Let It Rip, Anything Goes, which, of course, is every day, but I've always said that. And so, isn't it funny? I've always said things, and I still say things I've always said when I'm on the radio, and I'm just, it's an old cliches of mine, like Holy Crap at Sports and stuff, and even then things, and I'm not changing. Anyway, Pete Davis, what's new in the mountains of Macon? How about the weekend plans? This trivia night, or what's going on with your situation there up there?
After last week, this weekend's going to be extremely low key. From what I understand, a lot of people are out of town. A lot of the tourists have hit the cities around here, so it's packed. So it's just good to kind of lay low a little bit and just enjoy the countryside.
Well, there you go. And Flounder, Mrs. Flounder, how's your weekend looking for you, sir?
Not sure yet. I'll know tonight when I get home.
Don't get your honey-do list yet.
He's told.
Oh, believe me, there's something. There's something planned, my friend. Could be the Container Store, new drapes. It's just.
Well, we just signed up for a pool and tennis little community in our neighborhood.
Cool.
So I'd like to just sit by the pool with a cooler of beer and be fine.
Well, there you
Pickleball.
are. Pickleball. Pickleball. In fact, I'm going to get a pickleball racket as one of the things for my daughter's birthday coming up next month. And speaking of the pools, it's funny. I've been at this place where I live right now for 12 years. I have never been to the pool. Which, by the way, is good for everybody.
Yes.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I could do a shirtless thing here for like one last shot.
Not at lunch.
No, I might lose my lunch.
But you know what? I just got an idea.
What?
Why don't we all get pickleball stuff, and one day when I'm down there, we'll go inside or out, go down the lobby and hit the pickleball around and film it.
I got a set I'll bring Monday.
That could be
I'm
cool.
not gonna be there Monday.
Well, just let know what day you're going to be there next week, and I have a set, so Kimmer can use the other one.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Oh, cool. And again, I've got video I've put on Facebook of my grandkids playing pickleball. And
I've never played.
I've never played either. But people who play it apparently love it. They just say they. And by the way, I remember there was when pickleball really got huge. I guess it still is, but when it began, there was story after story after story of neighborhoods saying, "Oh my God, get rid of that pickleball court!" all night, all day, all weekend, because they put the courts up and it would reverberate off the walls and stuff, and the clickety 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 clickety, and it was driving. Yeah, it was driving them nuts. I mean, that was a serious issue about the noise of pickleball courts.
Why don't they do like ping pong balls and put some kind of rubber or felt cover on?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any answer for that. But anyway, so that's just fantastic. Anyway, so now, Flounder, do you do yard work, or do you have someone do your yard work?
Kind of both. We have someone who just does the basic stuff, but when we do our cleaner beds, or we did some work where we cleared out a bunch of brush and stuff like that, we did that. But we have landscaping that comes every week, I believe.
Excellent. And how'd you like the ball game?
Had a blast. Stayed for the whole game, and
cool.
It was exciting, and can't believe we swept them. It's only our second sweep this season. I think the last one was Minnesota.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about the Mets, man, but they just have a thing about playing the Braves, especially down here. It's so funny.
Well, anyway. So, the Holy Crap of Sports. And by the way, we'll do a lot of stuff on Jaws today. In fact, the guys before us, I think it was a pretty interesting thing to take. In fact, let me ask you guys. The guy who was there on as Claire Buck was saying that he believes that Jaws is the most influential movie of all time. Not the best movie or the most expensive or anything other than it is most influential movie that had more effect on people who saw that movie than any other amount of people having an effect on any other movie they saw. He mentioned Schindler's List, Saving Private Ryan. I mean, E.T.
But that didn't change your activity. That didn't change your plans. That didn't change a lifestyle. That didn't change your mindset when you were doing something that was fun.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I thought about it, and I surfed, and I thought about it when I was out there, but after a while you forget. But when you first are getting in, you think about it.
You had to. I mean, what an amazing movie. And again, the story about being made, the shark didn't work, and they could only use it for like 3 minutes total in the film because the damn thing just never worked. It was stupid.
What makes it so scary is the music.
It was beautifully done. Perfect. It was really beautifully done. The production of that movie, this is all they needed. And then remember the girl bobbing in the water, the little boy bobbing in the water. I mean, how frightening is that? Yeah, no, God.
I'm still not big about swimming in the ocean at night.
Oh, I'm never going in the ocean at night.
And what gets me is those people, they wear those glow stuff all over them. Their surfboards glow. It's like, that's like saying, okay, the buffet's open.
However, I have some close friends who are serious scuba divers, and with tanks and everything, and they will tell you that the reason they get those fluorescent colors for fins and stuff like that is because if a fish sees a color that is not recognizable, they'll leave you alone.
Shiny stuff. Yeah, they like shiny stuff.
They like shiny stuff, but if they see a fluorescent green and it doesn't look like anything they've ever seen, they're not going to eat it if it looks like something else. But anyway, that's what they say. That's why those weird colors are designed, because the fish won't be attracted to them. That's what they do.
You know what I remember about that movie?
What?
Well, I was preteen, and I'd read the book from Peter Benchley before the movie came out.
Yeah.
And there's a sex scene in the book. So I'm sitting there waiting for the sex scene to show up.
Oh, I don't remember that.
And it didn't show up.
Was it the boy and the girl on the beach at the night swim, or what?
It was Richard Dreyfuss had a brief fling with the sheriff, Roy Scheider's wife.
What? Oh, my God. I don't remember that.
Yes.
And by the way, Richard Dreyfuss said that he had a bunch of brief flings with all the little girls running around Martha's Vineyard when they were filming the damn thing. He said he was telling stories about. I mean, they go to the bars at night, and the girls were going, "Oh my God, you're Richard!" And we said, "Bing, bang, boom, bomb." I mean, he just went through the town. Apparently,
there's a whole island up there that looks like Richard Dreyfuss.
All wear little glasses and. Anyway, well, good for him. What the heck? Anyway. Kimber, Pete, Flounder, and Lord Bryant at the back. And a million things. I got a trillion things. We'll have boards at 4 o'clock. I want to tell you, I have a thing with about the way you pronounce a certain word. I'm going to sneak on a golf course one day on the way to work. I got cookie time. I got video stuff, show and time. I got a million. It's all coming up. We got a billion things. And with Flighty, let it rip. Anything goes. There you go. Stand by. I'm serious.
Extra from 6 to 10. Glenn Beck until noon. Clay and Buck from noon to 3. And the Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. Plus Jesse Kelly from 6 to 9. And Jimmy Vela from 9 to midnight. The voices you need all day with the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Jaron Solomon here, and this June, Solomon Brothers Jewelers is celebrating the people who make our world sparkle, you. All month long, we're giving back to the customers, partners, and charities that have helped us grow. We have exciting giveaways, including concert tickets, gift cards, prizes from the Braves and Dogs. And just by stopping in and filling out a wish list, we will give you a $100 credit to spend with us at our Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg locations. And $100 toward helping local heroes and charities like Leukemia Lymphoma Society and Extra Special People. Come visit us, join the celebration, and see how much community means at Solomon Brothers. Head to SolomonBrothers.com and click on the banner to find out more, including the full list of prizes. And thank you for being a part of our community for 40 plus years. Visit Solomon Brothers Jewelers in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Peachtree City, online at SolomonBrothers.com. Solomon Brothers is the preferred jeweler of your Atlanta Braves.
The next big storm isn't a matter of if, it's when. Is your home ready? Southern Exteriors offers free inspections and dependable storm damage repairs with in-house warranties and honest service. Right now, get 10% off any job or 12 months, 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug, and I've met the team at Southern Exteriors. They do things the right way. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. It's 877-9-SOUTHERN or southernexteriors.co.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. Okay, you're driving along. Suddenly you hear that horrible sound of metal and crunching. It's an accident. Even if it's a little minor fender bender, man, that could be a nightmare. First, obviously, take care of yourself. But before you make a deal with an insurance company or anybody else, call David Van Sant with Van Sant Law. You know why? Because he used to work for the insurance company, so he knows how to get the right settlement and right away. Van Sant Law. Don't forget, if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. Protecting your interests. Insurance is great, but it's complicated. 855-GA-INJURY or vansantlaw.com. Hey, it's a Kimmer talking about Stovall.
Yeah, I just wanted to brag on Stovall. I went up there and actually got a quote on some of their material up there, and he gave me the quotes I wanted, but he said what would work best, they don't carry, and referred me to one of their competitors. That's how good they are. And sure enough, he was right. The material he was talking about that they don't carry, it's actually going to work best for me. So I've got that on the way. It all worked out well. Makes me want to go back and buy something from them now.
Folks, when it comes to landscaping supplies, start at Stovall. 11 locations around Atlanta. Online at StovallInc.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's here to tell you about a new company that is changing the way people buy their next pre-owned car or truck. At The Honest Car Guy, they offer a completely transparent way to purchase a vehicle. You pay what he pays, plus a small honest fee. You can choose any make or model. He will search the country for the best deal out there. He'll handle the paperwork, your trade-in, shipping, and even give you the bill of sale. Friends, I've done the research, and this is a buying process that you can trust. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1 or visit online at honestcarguy.com.
Crime continues to go up. Violence is happening in our communities, which means we all need something to protect ourselves with and something that we can have with us at all times. Well, Byrna wants you to conceal carry everywhere you go, and that's why they've made the new compact launcher. Touted as the world's smallest, less lethal pistol launcher. Same size as a smartphone, but with the firepower that you need to stop an attacker in their tracks without dealing with any of the mental and financial repercussions of using an actual gun. Equipped with tear gas and kinetic ammunition designed to incapacitate an attacker for up to 40 minutes. The compact launcher is perfect for women who want protection but don't want to carry a firearm. And if you're traveling this summer, Byrna is legal in all 50 states. No permits, no paperwork, nothing. Byrna requires no background checks and can be shipped directly to your door. And Byrna is trusted by hundreds of police departments and government agencies worldwide. So visit Byrna.com, Byrna.com, or try before you buy by finding a Byrna dealer partner near you. That's Byrna.com.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Howdy, howdy, it's Friday. Let it rip, anything goes. Hope you're having a great weekend ahead of you. 3:18. In fact, on Sunday afternoon, Jenny, who runs the stable where I go every weekend to play with other people's horses, is making a comeback visit. She had a terrible accident and busted a bunch of bones, and she's finally going to be up and around a little bit, so I'll be doing that Sunday afternoon. It'll be a lot of fun to see her again. Best wishes. And, well, tonight's Asian Cheerleader night. I got to go home and get the bathroom cleaned up in the shower for Asian Cheerleader night.
Isn't that their job?
No, but, it's the least I can do. You know, when the girls, you get 3 or 4 of them in there at one time. I could be in there 45 minutes and a wrap, you rinse, repeat. Well, I mean, it's a nightmare.
You're a giver.
I'm a giver. I'm the host, so, they do all the work. Anyway, let's see. Kimmer Pete Flounder and Lord Brian Zebeck. 2019, this day, David Gill. This is unbelievable. David Gilmour's guitar collection set records at auction when nearly 130 instruments went up for bid at Christie's in New York, 2019. David Gilmour, former Pink Floyd frontman, his most iconic instrument, the so-called Black Strat, at auction fetched $3.9 million.
Yeah.
his 1954 Fender Stratocaster with a serial number 0001, which was used on the recording of Another Brick in the Wall Part 2, went for $1.8 million. A 1958 Gretsch White Penguin went for about $500,000. A 55 Gibson Gold Top Les Paul, also used on Another Brick, sold for $500,000. Christie's declared them all World Auction Records. Wow. $4 million for the Black Strat. Our birthday list includes Candy Clark. You know who that is? I'll bet Pete does. You know who that is, Pete?
Actress?
Candy Clark. Flounder, you ever heard of Candy Clark?
I have not.
Candy Clark is 78 years old. She was that squirrely, goofy, cute, funny little blonde girl in American Graffiti. And it was just one of the little minor characters, but a big character because if you saw it, you remember who she was. And on this day in history, we started talking about it. Here goes a little bit more. 1975 Jaws by Steven Spielberg made people afraid to go in the water. The Great White terrorizing New England resort town. Instant blockbuster, highest grossing film in movie history until Star Wars beat it. Jaws won 3 Academy Awards, but I'm kind of surprised. The awards they won were for Best Film Editing. Well, that makes sense. Best Original Score, another good one, and Best Sound. But not the picture directing, everything. Anyway, this was a breakthrough for Steven Spielberg, who was 27 years old. Was set in the fictional town of Amity. Peter Benchley, as Pete mentioned, was the author, released only 2 years earlier. The budget was $12 million. Jaws, produced by Richard Zanuck and David Brown, whose credits are The Verdict, Cocoon, Driving Miss Daisy, was filmed in Martha's Vineyard. Jaws put Spielberg on the Hollywood map. He had made his debut with the Sugarland Express the year before, but it was a flop. But Jaws went on to become one of the most influential, iconic guys in the film world. Steven Spielberg, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T., Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, Saving Private Ryan. E.T. and Jurassic Park rank among the highest grossing movies of all time. And boy, what a thing Jaws was. And again,
funniest thing is, you remember Jaws 4 when it went to the Bahamas?
I never saw any of the others.
Yeah, who started it?
Michael Caine.
Who started it? That's right.
Michael Caine.
And you know why?
He needed the money.
Yes, I know. Yes, I do. Pete's told this before a few times.
Why? Tell why.
Because he likes to, wherever he films, he likes to be at a nice place, and he had never been to the Bahamas. Yeah. So he...
Just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
I have never been there.
And he said he said, I've never seen the film, but I've seen the house I bought for my mom with it.
Yeah, see, there you go.
I believe that's when Jaws attacked an airplane.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I've never seen any of the other.
It's so bad. It's so good. And the 3D one, too. Oh, God.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Although I'll bet that was probably pretty interesting, a 3D version of it.
I think Jason Patrick was in that, or one of them.
Wow. I've only seen
his career.
I've only seen one 3D movie. I took my kids to go see.
Speed 2 is what he was in.
What the hell was that one? Who was that blonde girl with a skinny neck? And she was it was either Cinderella or the one with the pumpkin.
Shelley Duvall?
No, somebody, I can't remember her name now. If I say, she's real cute and funny.
Oh yeah.
What the hell? It was the 3D. No, it was. Oh wait, the movie was. Oh my God! It wasn't Sleeping
Leslie Ann
Beauty.
Warren?
No, it wasn't Cinderella. It wasn't Sleeping Beauty. What the hell was the 3D movie of a young girl? I know. No, coming out of. Oh crap! I almost had it. It's a fantasy where she comes out of dream world. Oh, what the hell's that movie?
The hell are you talking?
Oh, I don't know. It's the story. It's a famous story of a dream world where there's a rabbit goes down in a hole. It's a rabbit.
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland. Thank you, God. Well, it's not my fault. I have the old man's thing. I'm not supposed to remember names and titles. That's your job, damn it.
What about Alice in Wonderland?
Well, Alice in Wonderland was the only movie I've seen in official 3D, and I took my kids. And it was really, and when we walked in there and sat down that theater and that thing started, they had butterflies that I thought were coming into my face.
Did you scream like a little girl?
I screamed like a little girl. I'm going to pump you up.
Hey,
it really worked. It really worked.
I just remember something about American Graffiti. My father took me to see that at South DeKalb Mall because he says, this was my generation. I want you to see what we lived like in the 50s. And the only two things I remember from that movie was Suzanne Summers and the Thunderbird.
Yeah, the T-Bird.
And Wolfman Jack.
That's right, Wolfman Jack. Remember how he faked him out where he pretended to talk differently when the guy came in the studio and said, oh, no, that's all on tape. He's not here right now. And then the guy left and he goes, that's a Wolfman. So you bet, yeah. I actually had, when I was, before I went to, before I went to graduate school, I'd newly married just after Vietnam, and I got a job at a radio station doing the night shift, and I was the only guy there in the whole building at like 6 to midnight or whatever it was. And at night, people would drive in the parking lot because they could see me in the studio all lit up by myself, the only person in the whole building, and you're kind of a target. And cars would drive in the parking lot, kind of look at the DJ. You know, it was like the Wolfman sitting in there and hoping nothing bad happens.
That's funny because I'm in radio because I walked by WRAS at Georgia State one day. In the hallway, there was a little window.
Yeah.
And you could peer through the window and see the DJ.
Yeah.
And if you pressed a button, you would get the DJ's attention because sometimes in the middle of the night, they were in there by themselves.
Yeah. Wow.
And I said, that looks interesting. So I wandered in the next day and put in an application. I didn't want to do DJ. I wanted to do news and sports. But it was like watching the person in there doing it was cool.
Flounder, how'd you get into radio?
I lost my job at another. Prior to radio, I worked in fiber optics.
Like a sales guy, or did you go around the country doing stuff or something?
I did experiential marketing when we got laid off for a little bit, and I traveled. But before radio, I did procurement for fiber optics.
I don't even know what that means.
I was a buyer. I did purchasing.
For fiber optics.
He stole fiber optics.
I did purchasing and inventory management.
The guy steals all that copper from construction sites. All right, so you're
That's
working
copper.
for
That's not fiber optics.
All right, so you're working for fiber optics, and then you lose your job, and then what? What did you do?
I made the dumb decision to kind of try and get into radio because I liked music.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was interning over at Rock 100.5.
Did you just call him or just say, I want to work as an intern?
Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
There you are.
And then started interning at Cumulus. And then interned with
Succulus, I believe it's called.
Interned with the morning show.
Backstabbing sucking of Succulus, yeah.
You want to know something funny about Connecticut School of Broadcasting? I think that's where Wayne No Offense went.
Did? Yeah, I know a lot of guys went to CB. Yeah, that's right.
And after we all got fired, he called them up because every once in a while they'd bring people in to be teachers or something like that.
Yeah.
And they wanted nothing to do with us.
Anytime my name comes up, they offer to pay me to not ever actually have any. I've never been there. I don't know anything about them, but I know about them, but I've never been. No one's ever asked me to teach a class of anything. No one's even come close to say. I do have a master's degree and 60 years of experience. Not that that means anything.
What
I'm
are
just
you doing
saying.
with it?
No, nothing. I'm not doing a damn thing. Seriously. I'm sorry. All right, 3:20. Look, it's Friday, man. It's Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Okay. Let's do that. Plus, we're going to do a little quiz of the Kimmer to see if I know what I'm talking about with these new fruit. What do you call squeegees? What do they call them? The emojis.
Eggplants.
Yeah, eggplant things. Does that mean vajayjay? Is that what that means now?
That's the opposite.
Oh, my God. Anyway, we're going to mention this, too. And by the way, we have news. Nobody's bombed. The nukes are still not done for the mountain thing, and so we'll keep you posted. If it happens, we'll tell you. Otherwise, we got stuff. Also, we got a lot of stuff. But first of all, for the record, there apparently is a breakthrough for what's called pattern hair loss. clinical researchers. As you know, 80 million Americans have a pattern baldness problem, mostly men, but women too, by the millions. Well, there's a study using stem cell research and therapy using a combination of fat tissue-derived stem cells and energy molecule called ATP to reverse hair loss in mice with shocking results. All the male mice grew back their hair. Half had intensive regrowth. They all got hair back, and half of them had it all completely back. 90% of the women saw intense, complete hair renewal.
Take my money.
Now, here's the thing. And now they're saying, well, we have to go through a human study. This so. No, you don't. Okay, how about this? How about put it in a freaking bottle and you go on TV and say, okay, $99.99 for 1/16 of 1 ounce of this hair stuff, which you're going to have to buy. You're going to have to buy every 3 days for $100, and every man in America would be ordering it. Okay? We don't care if it's not proven yet, you dumb, stupid idiot. Just make it. We'll take it. There's not, what could happen?
Shut up and take my money.
The mice didn't die. They didn't explode or anything. They didn't get cancer tumors or something. Give us the freaking product. What are you waiting for? We don't care if it's not been proven. Oh, well, there's a chance it won't work. So what? That's worth a couple of $100,000, you idiots. Can you imagine what would happen if they say, well, it's to grow your hair back? Excuse me? You mean now? Why are you waiting?
It would make Viagra look like Tic Tacs.
Oh, please. There's nothing. It would be the only thing in the history of the world that would never be topped. There would never, ever be a bigger product. Oh, you idiots. We don't care if it doesn't work. It probably will. If it doesn't, then so what? It's worth it. Give me the stuff. God.
I need a hit.
Give me a little something for my head there, you know? God.
Got any more of that hair growing
stuff? I got some on the truck. 331. Give her beat and flounders.
America drives the world economy, and with ongoing global trade deals, tariffs doing their job, and inflation dropping, we force the world to step up. So don't let the mainstream media spin it to you any differently. Get the news that matters to you from XTRA 106.3 FM and the XTRA app.
Hey, don't forget, if your summer plans include taking off for quite a while and you need someplace to lock up your stuff, how about Atlanta Safe House? Well, you should get yourself, buy a safe from Atlanta Safe House because they have all kinds. But they can actually rent you a safe if you're going away for a while, or maybe you have a meeting or a convention or a sales thing or something. I want to keep stuff locked up. Atlanta Safe House, taking care of business. I love talking about these guys because, I know about these guys for decades and decades. And I wish I'd had my Atlanta Safe House down in Florida when I retired. I'd still have my medical records that I lost. And now, it's my fault. Everything's taken care of now, but it's a little stupid. Not only from, just losing things, fire, theft, floods, whatever. Anyway, Atlanta Safe House. Don't forget, no sales tax on gun safes at Atlanta Safe House. And they have all kinds, big and small, nooks and crannies, shelving units they can design inside. You can check them out yourself. Their showroom is in Ackworth, Industrial Boulevard. They have I think almost 200 of them right there. We're up there doing our show. There's almost 200 of them ready to go right now. Never violating your rights, protecting your stuff, as well as your master reset code, things like that. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Look them up. See for yourself. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Here today with Evan Ward, the founder, president, and financial advisor with Atlas Retirement. And Evan, we've recently seen markets soaring. And with that, some folks a little worried the market may crash. So when we hear recession talk, particularly for those in retirement, what can folks do? What can your clients do to better protect their savings?
Kevin, the only people that remember how much money they lost in the housing crisis was the folks who sold their homes during retirement. You look back at the dot-com crash, you look at the housing crisis in the market, that was 15 and 20 years ago, respectively. And so you were 20 years younger. And when you're that far away from retirement, you're not looking to spin that asset down. So it's a bad day. It hurts. But it's not life-changing. But that same attitude, now that you're nearing and in retirement, can come back to haunt you, because now you are using those assets. You are relying on that resource, and you are that person selling the house in the middle of the housing crisis because your assets are what you're using to provide your retirement. What we do is we put together a plan that says no matter what the timing of the market, you have a bad market right before or even worse right after you retire, you're not sitting there going, oh gosh, I don't have enough anymore. I need to go back to work. The whole point of working as hard as you have your whole life is to make sure that isn't ever in the cards. You have a plan in place that you have the confidence that you will never have to worry about the timing of the market and how it's affecting your resources that you are relying on.
Call Atlas Retirement today for a complimentary risk review on your savings and investments. That number is 678-736-7799, 678-736-7799, or online at atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
At Jim Ellis Buick GMC, power, performance, and savings come standard, especially now. For a limited time, qualified buyers can save up to $12,250 off MSRP on the bold new 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation. With over 50 elevations in stock, there's no better place to find your next truck. Built to turn heads and built to work, the Sierra Elevation features a rugged design, elevated stance, advanced tech, and the capability to tow, haul, and conquer your day. And at Jim Ellis Buick GMC, you get a transparent, no-nonsense buying experience from the dealership Atlanta has trusted for decades.
Start your search at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person in Chamblee off Peachtree Boulevard, inside the perimeter, or in Beaufort off Highway 20 near 985. Jim Ellis, Buick GMC, we are professional grade.
Offer applies to select 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 elevation models. Example stock number GS4427, MSRP $68,034 after $9,750 in Jim Ellis discount. Sale price is only $58,284. $2,500 trade assistance available with 2011 or newer trade-in. Offer excludes TABT and state fees. Expires June 30th, 2025.
It's that time of year again. Chuck, the owner of Central Heating and Air Conditioning, is bringing back the 5th annual Christmas in July, benefiting Skyland Trail, a nonprofit leading the way in mental health wellness right here in Atlanta. Skyland Trail provides expert, evidence-based treatment to help people facing mental health challenges find a path to recovery. Central Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to support this mission. As one of the few second-generation locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta, Central knows what it means to give back. Here's how you can help. Just sign up for a maintenance agreement with Central Heating and Air Conditioning, and $10 from every new agreement will go directly to Skyland Trail, providing life-changing mental health care for adults and teenagers. Central services all makes and models, and with them, you're never just a number, you're part of the family. Call 770-GET-HEAT or visit centralheat.com to sign up and help Central Heating and Air Conditioning give back. Carrier products, carrier warranty, carrier peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier experts.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Let's go live, New Jersey. Donald Trump's live.
They say that they're there to take people out, but I can't tell you about that. I get along very well with China, get along very well with President Xi. I like him.
Why the Chinese planes are there?
We have a very good relationship. We'll see what happens. I can't imagine them getting involved.
Is it a decision that you need to make on Iran, whether to strike militarily? Is this the biggest decision you'll have to make as president?
Well, I can't tell you that. I have to see what happens. I can't, really say that. It depends what the decision is. But I wouldn't really be able to tell you that now. I'll tell you in about a year from now, maybe 5 years or 10 years from now. You never know about decisions. You never really know.
Sir, would you support a ceasefire while the negotiations happen?
I might, depending on the circumstances.
Would you be former congressman?
It's very hard to stop. I will say this. It's very hard to stop when you look at it. Israel's doing well in terms of war, and I think you would say that Iran is doing less well. It's a little bit hard to get somebody to stop.
Sir, Liam Cosgrove was here. Former Congressman Matt Gaetz threw out an interesting idea suggesting that if you were to broker a deal where nuclear inspectors go into both Israel and Iran, that you could win a Nobel Peace Prize, and they might even rename it the Trump Peace Prize. Did you hear those? What do you think of that?
Well, they should give me the Nobel Prize for Rwanda, and if you look the Congo, or you could say Serbia, Kosovo, you could say a lot of them. You could say, the big one is India and Pakistan. I should have gotten it 4 or 5 times. I should get it for I would think the Abraham Abraham Accords would be a good one, too. They won't give you a Nobel Peace Prize because they only give it to liberals.
Would you support Iran being able to have nuclear, or would you support Iran being able to have civilian nuclear energy capabilities up to 3.76%?
You know, they're sitting on the top of one of the largest piles of oil in the world. I just don't know why they need that for civilian work. You know, it's one thing for certain countries to say, hey, I want to have a certain amount where I can go nuclear a little bit because we need it for electricity, we need it for air conditioners, etc. But when you're sitting on one of the largest oil piles anywhere in the world, it's a little bit hard to see why you need that. Yeah.
Are you concerned that Iran or its proxies would wage terror attacks against American targets abroad if you order military action?
We're always concerned about that, and we have to take them out and be very strong. You're even in danger talking to me right now. Do you know that? You are in danger talking to me right now. So I should probably get out of here. But you guys are actually in danger. Can you believe it?
One more. Is it still your expectation that NATO countries spend 5% of their GDP on defense spending?
Well, I think they should do that. I don't think we should, but I think they should. We've been supporting NATO so long. In many cases, I believe paying almost 100% the cost. So I don't think we should, but I think that the NATO countries should, absolutely.
What, like Spain decides not to?
Well, NATO's going to have to deal with Spain. Spain's been a very low payer. They were always a very low payer. They were either good negotiators or they weren't doing the right thing. I mean, I think Spain has to pay what everybody else has to pay. Spain has been notorious for low pay. You know who else was a low payer? Just about the lowest? A place called Canada. Because Canada said, why should we pay when the United States will protect us free?
How about one more shot for Canada?
Ukraine, you've been making progress towards a peace deal, but I don't know if you know this, but Lindsey Graham and Mike Pompeo were there on the ground in Ukraine, seemingly doing the opposite, trying to provoke the Ukrainians to keep fighting. What do you think of that?
Well, we're going to see, and people have to be very careful with what they say. They got to be very careful with their mouth, because their mouth can get them into a lot of trouble.
One more. ICE has said that they're trying to arrest up to 3,000 individuals a day. There are some communities that are saying they are fearful of being wrongfully detained or separating some families, even if they are undocumented. Is the fear in some of these communities worth the deportations of these undocumented individuals, a mass deportation program?
It's a tough subject because, look, we have farmers. I love farmers. I won 80%, 85% of the farmers, and I love them, and I'm never going to do anything to hurt our farmers. And you can also say the leisure business, etc. There are some businesses where you have a disproportionate amount of people that are the people that you're talking about. At the same time, we have to get the criminals out of our country. And we're looking at doing something where, in the case of good, reputable farmers, they can take responsibility for the people that they hire and let them have responsibility, because we can't put the farms out of business. And at the same time, we don't want to hurt people that aren't criminals. Most of the people that came in over the last 3 years under Biden, I would say probably 3.5 to 4 years, those people, you have a lot of criminals, you have a lot of, I mean, we're looking at that very closely. You've had people that have worked on farms for 20 years. It's very hard to go in there and say, you know, you're coming out. But we're going to let the farmers take responsibility. They're great people. They'll do it. They know the good and the bad. So the hard part about this is not like a normal war where people wear uniforms. They don't wear uniforms. But we have murderers that came out of the last 4 years. We have murderers. We have drug lords. We have people that we don't want to. We have prisoners. They emptied out Venezuela and many countries. They emptied out their prisons into the United States. We have to get those people out. But we have stone cold murders. 11,888 murders. We've already gotten a lot of them out of here, but we don't want them. So we have to be careful. But I never want to hurt our farmers. Our farmers are great people. They keep us happy and healthy and fat.
Are there other cities that you're going to try to replicate what you've done in Los Angeles?
Well, I mean, we had a big victory last night in the Court of Appeals with respect to Los Angeles, but really the country, where Gavin Newsom, who's really an incompetent governor, he's just doing a terrible job between his fires, between all the houses burning down, his forest fires, and now Los Angeles. If we didn't go to Los Angeles, and the sheriff admitted it, He had no control. He would have lost control. We saved Los Angeles by having the military go in. And the second night was much better. The third night was nothing much. And the fourth night, nobody bothered even coming. We put out that fire. We did a great job of it. He sued us for going in and for helping him. We went and helped him. Right now, you'd have Los Angeles burning to the ground. Largely, it would have already been destroyed.
So do you think deportations
the president to be that of a peacemaker? Do you worry that striking Iran would change that?
Always a peacemaker. That doesn't mean sometimes you need some toughness to make peace, but always a peacemaker.
You win in Iran without ground forces? Is an aerial campaign in Iran enough, or do you need ground forces?
Well, I'm not going to talk about ground forces. The last thing you want to do is ground forces.
Does Iran have 2 weeks, or could you strike before that? Are you essentially giving them a 2-week timeline?
Giving them a period of time. We're going to see what that period of time is, but I'm giving them a period of time, and I would say 2 weeks would be the maximum.
Mr. President, do you think deportations should focus on criminals or all people who are here illegally?
Should start focusing on criminals, and that's what we've been focused on. Very bad criminals, dangerous criminals.
But Stephen Miller said to go out and arrest every person who's here illegally. He's told ICE to arrest everyone who's here illegally.
Stephen and I have a very good understanding. He is a terrific person. We have a great understanding.
They're trying to goad him.
If there is an attack on U.S. assets, will you promise to conduct a full investigation and make it transparent with the American people before blaming Iran for such an attack?
Well, if there's an attack, we'll know almost immediately with modern equipment who made the attack, and those people will be very, very unhappy.
Prime Minister,
I want to get you people out of danger. Danger standing with me.
One more. Prime Minister Netanyahu said that they had the capacity to take out all of Iran's nuclear facilities. So what role would the U.S. be able to play, and why would they, if Israel says that they have all of the abilities, their own military?
I'm not sure he said that, but they really have a very limited capacity. They could break through a little section, but they can't go down very deep. They don't have that capacity, and we'll have to see what happens. Maybe it won't be necessary. Maybe it won't be necessary.
Would you like to see Congress pass a bill that bans child transgender surgeries?
Well, I know they're talking about it, aren't they? Huh? We're going to have to see how it comes to me in what form. Certainly, it's been something I've been talking about also. Okay? Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. I mean, it's just, when's the last time you had, I mean, it's just incredible. When have you ever had access to the President of the United States and what he does with his job? I mean, think, Kennedy was the first one who ever actually had news conferences that people could see, and they thought, man, this is really incredible. But obviously they saved, the press back then protecting presidents and stuff and affairs and everything else. But this is
Lyndon Johnson would do stuff, but not like this.
Yeah, but this is almost every day for hours.
It was beneath Obama to do this. He wouldn't even talk to his own Democratic congressman at times. And, of course, Biden was incapable of doing it.
Compare this to the last 4 years. I mean, seriously, this is just, and they wanted to be the most open government we've ever. Anyway, John, 347, holy cow, Kimber Pete Flounder, Let It Rip Friday. We got so much more. Oh, you're going to hear from Hank Johnson's done it again for this, representing the state of Georgia. Oh, mercy. Coming up, Kimber Pete Flounder, look out, it's Friday.
Listening to Extra all week. Make sure you're here this weekend for even more great local shows from across the community. The All Four Seasons Home Show, Ben Burnett, Janelle King, Back Your Blue, and so many more. Listen to them this weekend or anytime on the all-new Extra 106.3 app.
Your Atlanta Braves are celebrating family, freedom, and fun this summer, June 27th through July 6th. First up are the Phillies, June 27th through the 29th, presented by Schumann Farms. On Sunday the 29th, the first 3,000 kids will receive a Spencer Strider growth chart. And then the Angels and Orioles come to Truist Park for Independence Week, July 1st through the 6th. The week includes 2 gate giveaways featuring a ceramic coin bank presented by Invesco QQQ and a kid's blinged out A-chain, plus an epic fireworks show on July 4th and a post-game concert on July 5th featuring popular music music artist Chris Tomlin, presented by Chick-fil-A. And fans can enjoy any of these games with the T-Mobile Value Pack, which includes a ticket, snack, and a drink for as low as $30. You can't find a deal better than that this summer. Visit Braves.com/value to purchase your tickets today. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey, this is John Flading from ATL Turfco. We're a family-owned and operated independent local company here in the Atlanta area. We've been in business for over 15 years. We install several different types of artificial grass. One is landscape, which looks like real grass for your lawn. The next one is pet turf. Pet turf is a little bit shorter than landscape, and it's more durable. And the other one is putting greens. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Neil Borch here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, CPAPs.com.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Retirement means different things to different people. Some folks want to travel the world. Some folks want to spend more time with grandkids. For me, I'm looking forward to spending more time with my guitar. Whether extravagant and robust or simple and cozy, every retirement needs a plan. You wouldn't take a trip without directions. You have to know where you are before you know where you're going. Master Plan Retirement Consultants have helped many like you plan for their own retirement. Not only does Master Plan help you create the roadmap, they join you on the journey. So whether you want to travel the world, become a pickleball champ, or just looking for a good porch, a sturdy rocking chair, and an acoustic guitar, remember to plan well, because the destination is worth it. Visit masterplanretired.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Are home repairs piling up? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Relax. We've got you covered. From drywall dings and leaky faucets to deck repairs and trim replacement, we're your one-stop shop for everything for your home needs. No more juggling multiple contractors. Just call us at the Trusted Toolbox and we'll handle it. Your home deserves the best, and we don't want you breaking your back trying. Call the Trusted Toolbox today at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. The Trusted Toolbox, your one-stop shop for home repairs and more.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
Who's there? Just me. Just the Ledster. Zepperoni. Kind of a funky little song here. 2016. Lawyers for Led Zeppelin asked a judge to throw out a case against the band stealing the riff for Stairway to Heaven. Singer Robert Plant, guitar picker Jimmy Page, and Warner Music argued that the claimants had failed to make their case after 3 days of testimony. The band was accused of basing Stairway on the 1968 Spirit song called Taurus. Birthday list, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder here. Anne Murray. Anne Murray, Snowbird, You Needed Me. Anne Murray is 80 years old. Canadian singer. And I remember I had her on back when I came here in the 70s, like 72 or 73, somewhere in there. I think I interviewed her a little bit later. Well, it must have been before 75 because I changed stations. Anyway, they used to have I was a news guy, and they used to have the news guys do interviews, and then they would chop them up for John Moore doing the morning show, and he would pretend that he was doing the interviews, but the answers would be from the person interviewing her, or them, the guest. And I did the Anne Murray
cheating,
interview.
you know.
What's that?
That's called cheating.
Well, but you know what they did? And this is a true story. At 5:31 in the morning, when he came on the air, or I think it was 5:31 or 5:59, whatever it was, they had an announcement. And it said, this is BBC Broadcasting. Portions of their broadcasting are pre-recorded. And that little 1 second thing at the beginning of the program covers them.
But that's one that doesn't cover it in my mind, because you can pre-record something, but when you sit there and make people think that you did the work,
right.
That's BS.
Well, they did it every day. Every day, and he was, we had, I
lied.
The morning news
They were
had a 40 share.
I know.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
And
They were liars.
I did a bunch of those. I did those interviews probably at least once a week. I'd interview celebrities, and then they'd cut them up, and then
they went to their grave liars.
That's right. Yep. And I remember Anne Murray, and she was so sweet. She was really nice, and she had the prettiest blue eyes. And I remarked about it too. I remember telling her, I said,
"You're wasting your time."
I know I was not good. I don't play in the same band. Anyway, Anne Murray is 80, which is good. So good. And no, I had no. In fact, she was really a lovely woman. I got no sense of anything about her other than she was just a nice person, which is fine. Now, our birth. This will take just a second, but again, it's our American history, and I think it's fun for you to know a couple things like this. The Great Seal of the United States, adopted on this day after years of debate in 1782. The front of the seal depicts a bald eagle with an olive branch in the right talon, arrows in the left. A shield, 13 stripes, red and white, a bar of blue at the top. The banner, E pluribus unum, out of many one. 13 golden rays bursting forth in stars above the eagle's head. The symbol presented is designed to Congress, representing the 13 states, of course. The shield represents uniting the whole country and representing Congress. The colors are the same as the flag. Here we go. Alternating red and white for the important balance between innocence and valor. Topped by again, this is the presentation the guy made to Congress. The motto E pluribus unum serves as a textual representation of the same relationship. The colors used in the shield are those in the flag, red and white for the important balance between innocence and valor, topped by the blue of vigilance, perseverance, and justice. The eagle's talons, bold symbols of Congress power to make peace, the olive branch, and war, the arrows. The constellation of stars indicates that a new state is taking its place and rank among other sovereign powers. The reverse side of the seal has the Masonic motif of a pyramid, which he said is a symbol of strength and duration, like a new nation unfinished, frequently depicted as having 13 steps for the states. Disembodied eye floating above the structure, that of providence, which he said is in favor of the American cause. The number 1776 is in Roman numerals as a reminder of the year of independence, and the phrase annuit captis, or providence has favored our undertakings, is above the providential eye. Novus Ordo Seclorum, or a new order of the ages, is beneath the pyramid. Oh, what's the deal on the pyramid? With our money and the seal and the Masonic thing, and man, I don't think we're ever going to really know anything about this, are we, or are we? It's all a mystery to me. Do you know the Masonic secret stuff about the pyramids and the eye and all that, Pete?
It's interesting. There's a whole bunch of stuff about that. Yeah.
Honestly, it's to me, and I don't know why it's never become a thing. It's everywhere. From the beginning of us. And I don't know what it means. I hope it's not bad. I mean, seriously, I hope it's not anti-God or something. I mean, it can't be like unreligious or sacrilegious, can it?
I wish I talked to my grandfather. My grandfather was
a Mason.
Full Mason. When he had the Masonic funeral, it was very bizarre.
Yeah, I know.
My dad left.
Yeah.
He didn't like it.
And they won't talk about it either, will they? No, he didn't talk about it.
He never did.
Wow. All right, well. Another encounter with a UFO, that's coming up. Also, letting your husband sleep around, that can't be good. Also, California's new scum is now calling his wife his partner. His California partner, he's getting ripped for that. It's all coming up. How about a Flounder's Funny? Let it rip Friday style. Camera Pate Flounder and Lord Brian back there in the back.
His favorite take after the election was, liberals need a liberal Joe Rogan to talk to all of these young men, right? What we need is a liberal podcast. 90% of podcasts are liberal podcasts. You guys know the ones that I'm talking about, right? They all sound the same, okay? They're all hosted by the same guy with the same voice. Every liberal podcast is like, you might think you know the history of the toboggan.
History of the toboggan.
But its backstory's a little more complicated than that. For the Anxious Whisper Pod, my name is Teardrop, and today's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp for Dogs.
That's Dan Toomey.
You may think you know. Oh, mercy. By the way, just a little fact sheet here today, looking up the history thing. Kazuntai there. On this day, mark that one down, Pete.
That was a cough. That was a cough.
I thought you cut the cheese. On this day in 2001, South Park premiered on TV. The season premiere, South Park. They used the S word 162 times in 30 minutes on their premiere. It's coming up on 4 o'clock. Hey, Letterman Friday. Neil Bort is next. And here we go. Look out. Stand by. Herp, herp.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
Strikes continue. I'm Tom Rigotti, Fox News. Iran launches yet another wave of missiles into Israel in the second week of fighting. Fox's Mike Tobin has more from Tel Aviv.
People hustling for the bomb shelters as the sirens wail and Iranian missiles are inbound. In Tel Aviv, we were able to see watched interceptions directly overhead in broad daylight. One missile got through the Tel Aviv defenses, hit the ground, resulting in no injuries. Another got past the defenses in southern Israel, hit the town of Beersheba. Again, no injuries. But in the northern part of the country, in the port city of Haifa, one missile struck there and caused as many as 20 injuries, 3 of them serious, including a 16-year-old who took a shrapnel to the chest. One woman died of a heart attack while running to the shelters there in the north.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke at the scene of one of the strikes in Regrowth, discussing the threat Iran poses to Israel.
The goal that I set is to destroy the Iranian nuclear weapons program, and we have the capabilities of achieving it.
Israel's defense minister is promising to intensify the air campaign at Tehran. Israel has focused their attacks on central and western Iran, targeting missiles and military infrastructure. It appears President Trump is holding out hope for one last shot at diplomacy before the potential use of bunker-busting bombs. Fox's Max Gordon has more from the White House.
President Trump has given 2 weeks to make major decisions in the past, and this latest announcement likely means that diplomacy is still on the table. European leaders are holding nuclear talks with Iranian officials in Geneva. They're passing along the message that the U.S. is open to direct talks. And as these talks continue, White House officials say that Iran currently has all the components that it needs to build a nuclear bomb. Iranian officials saying they'll reject any deal that doesn't allow them to enrich uranium.
America's listening to Fox News.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos. Fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/policy. That's ethos.com/policy.
Look out. Stand by. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davison, founder, and Neil Bartz and Parts Unknown. Welcome aboard. Happy Literate Friday. And tomorrow, the first official full day of summer as we begin summer in the next few minutes. Neil Bartz, welcome. How's it going? What's up, sir?
You can take summer and stick it where the sun.
Well, it's because you're still living in Florida. I remember those summers in Florida. Brutal. Stormy, steaming weather, slashing winds blowing you off the freeway with rain. Oh, man.
Do you know when you see a big old black thundercloud?
Yeah, here they come. Every morning at 11 o'clock. Here they come.
Well, they're about... You know what pilots call those?
I don't know what they call those.
Nymphocumulus clouds.
Yes, there you go. Because they're going to be messing with you, that's for sure.
Well, you want me to tell you why they call them that?
Because they're going to mess with you. They're going to blank with you.
No, it's a blanking thunderstorm.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I was close.
Okay. Yeah. I did a commercial just before the news here for my sleep apnea people.
Cool. Yeah, CPAP. Yeah, excellent.
I was at the doctor's office this morning.
I did not know that. Well, I hope you're okay.
You do now.
Yeah, sir.
And he said...
What did he take out? What did he... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he said, are you using your CPAP? I said, I've been using it every time I go to bed for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And he said, well, let me tell you something. He said, if you hadn't been doing that, you wouldn't be here today.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so...
What did he find something in your throat? Or, I mean, what the hell? That's kind of serious.
That's just for people who have sleep apnea and say, I don't need one of those things. I'm going to be fine.
I think I have that. If I sleep on my back, I haven't done it in a long time because of what happens. If I sleep on my back, I wake up feeling like I'm drowning.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's going to kill you, Kimmer.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay,
well, I don't sleep on my back.
Okay, I'm gonna say two words to you.
All right, sir.
And you come back with two words for me.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg? Disgraceful skank. Why is this woman still on the air? How does The View ever have any ability and the right to go spewing that filth? This millionaire woman complaining that we're worse than Somalia or something
don't talk about rights. She has the right over it.
I know.
But the two words that come to my mind, Whoopi Goldberg. Ted Danson.
Yeah, I know. Blackface.
What the hell is the matter with you, man?
Yeah, and the blackface thing, and he was in love with her, I'm guessing. Have you seen... Oh, God, I'm sorry. It's wrong to say anything about... Oh, God. I don't get it.
Oh, gee, what an absolutely disgusting carbon-based life form.
Horrible.
Okay, amazing fact of the day, then we're going to talk Iran, if you don't mind.
Oh, please do. Whatever. Yes.
Okay, Voyager 1.
Yeah.
The space probe that's on its way out there.
Yeah.
The nearest star to the sun is about 4 light years away.
Okay.
Voyager 1 hasn't even traveled 1 light day yet.
1 light day, ladies and gentlemen. A light year is the distance that light travels at 182 or whatever it is, 1,000 miles a second.
Miles an hour.
A second or something.
A second.
A second for a year. 186,000 miles in 1 second, and then you do that for a year, and that's 1 light year.
Well, but this probe that's been up there for, 30, 40 years? It hadn't even gone 1 light day.
Well, then,
do you realize how insignificant we and our little planet,
we're never going to know anything what it does when no one's ever going to be alive to, who's going to, how long is it going to, it's going to take, 1 trillion years to get where they think it's going. I don't understand who's going to get the information.
We won't. There is a gold record on that.
Oh, I know that. Yeah. Sound, music, and all that, and speeches, I think, too, and all that stuff. Yeah.
And about Trump, isn't the access that the media has to that man, compare that to Biden, compare that to Obama.
Did you just hear the last few minutes?
Yes, I did.
I mean, it's unbelievable that he every single day, basically, he says, all right, open up the press, here's what I'm doing, what do you think, and what do you want to know? We've never had that, ever, in any even close to that. When we used to have a White House press corps that followed him every second of every day, too. This has never been anything like this. In the world, there's not another leader, let alone president or king or prime minister, not another leader in the world who's ever been this open and available to anybody. Yeah.
I know it. Now, having said that,
yes,
I'm really spending more time than I should thinking about this Iranian situation. Kimmer, that bunker buster has to be used.
I would think.
It has to be.
I would think.
Now, I think Trump is, I'm giving him 2 weeks. I think that is just so after that thing takes out that nuclear site, he can say, look, I gave him 2 weeks.
He tried. He tried twice. He gave him 60 days, and then he gave another thing. He kept going. He kept waiting. He's been very, very calm about this, and he's worried about the future. He's done everything right. And now, and by the way, did you hear today? Now they're even saying, oh, Iran already has all the stuff they need to make the bomb. They just haven't made it yet. Well, wait, that's a whole new step.
Well, that would be about. I understand that would take about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Guess what?
What they need, as I understand it, is a shaped charge that would be sufficient to slam the two subcritical hunks of uranium together to produce a nuclear detonation.
Yeah, there's something that has, but again, they've got all this stuff. They're ready to go, apparently. Now, they said that, and I said, wait a minute, they've never said that like that before.
How can we, look, it's so easy. I'm a geezer. I'm an 80-year-old geezer in Naples, Florida.
I'm close.
Oh, it's easy for you to talk, Boards. But, because there's not going to be boots on the ground.
Right.
We don't need troops.
No, we're not
All we
there.
need is the American, a couple of B-2s and bunker busters and go over there and destroy their nuclear capability. Yeah. And then tell Iran, Israel, okay, clean it up. Mm-hmm. And those mad Muslims, those weird beard Muslims, they have to be stopped.
Well, that guard, those royal troops, what do they call them? The Patriot Guard, the Royal Guard, whatever the hell they are over there. Those people, need to be eliminated.
And one thing that really bothers me is the women of the women of Iran need to be liberated as well.
Oh yeah, don't get them upset at you.
Yeah. So okay, wonderful Supreme Court ruling on that is really stopping these idiot Democrat women who cajole and convince their kids that you have the wrong genitals.
Yeah. Again, the bottom line to me is basically, if you think you are a 13-year-old tranny, you're actually just 13. Okay? You're 13. Do not these women in particular who remember what it was like being a teenager? I mean, come on, we're talking children. How could it not just be a slam? How is that possible that Supreme Court decision wasn't unanimous? We're talking children.
Here's a question for you. Why is it that when things like this happen, I saw something disgusting. I saw a protester in Los Angeles. It was a tranny man, okay? And going around shirtless, and you could see under her nipples the two scars from where it had her breast removed.
Oh, God. Well,
I know, and... why is it, Kimmer, that the adults who encourage this with their children are exclusively, every time, always Democrats?
I know.
Why?
I know.
Why is it only Democrats that visit that horror on their children?
Well, all I can remember, I'm trying to figure this out one time, because I'm certainly far from an expert on this, is that when you're young and your parents are telling you, well, you need to share, and, don't be mean to somebody, and let's all be nice to people, and you're trying to do the golden rule and all things like that. Unfortunately, they haven't been mugged yet or something, because it's as though they're trying to show that they're better than everybody else by allowing everybody to be the same and have everything that everybody else has, as though that's the goal of the world, is for them to make sure you never offend anybody for anything. Where did that come from?
But
it's just a continuation of being a little kid.
They're always Democrats.
Yeah.
I mean, bake a cake for my gay wedding. Always, or I'm going to sue you, Democrats. Yeah, always. What is it in the Democrat mind, the liberal, the progressive, the left-wing mind that causes them to be like this.
Well, again, this is fairly recent. There was never a Democrat in the history of America that said anything about gender stuff and boys and girls locker rooms and boys taking a shower next to a girl in the locker room that will ever happen in 1955 or 1961 or 73 or anything else. This is all of a sudden the left would take, what the problem is? There's not one single Democrat in America today who was saying, maybe Fetterman, who was saying, wait a minute, you idiots. You're saying the wrong stuff. You're going the wrong direction. There's not one Democrat who was saying, blast up the nuclear stuff. There's not one Democrat saying we need to take out Iran's nuclear capability. Not one. Not one. I can't believe that all Democrats, like you said, they all voted for having boys be in girls' sports, too. These people are just, they can't really truly believe that. There's not a parent in the world who really thinks it's okay for a boy to play on the girls' team and take a shower with her afterwards. I just don't believe it.
It's been said and books have been written, liberalism is a mental disease. Yeah. And you watch what these Democrats, these liberals, these progressives, you watch what they do day after day, the idiocy that comes out of their mouths. They're cutting off their kids' genitals.
Have you ever heard of such a thing? A child. I mean, if you're 23 and you want to whack something off, have a ball. Don't talk to me about it, but you do whichever you want. And again, I know if you're 18, you can join the Marines. You ought to be able to buy a beer. But so we have, things. Your brain isn't focused. We know that stuff. I mean, that's a whole other thing, really. But changing your gender and your body.
I have never liked beer. Do you like beer?
I'm not a beer guy, no. I'll try if I'm on the golf course and it's really hot and somebody says, "Hey, you want a beer?" I'll say, absolutely. But I'm not. I wouldn't. I will not go home and drink a beer. No, I don't. No, I have some, but I've had it for like 4 years in my refrigerator. It's probably I bet you it's been 8 or 9 years.
I have one beer in my refrigerator. It's a Corona.
Really?
And I bought it, 5 years ago when the coronavirus started, and I went into and I bought a Corona, and I put it in there, and it's still there.
Yeah. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you know why
how screwed up I am.
You know why the standard of when they show the Corona beer and all the people at the beach and the patios and everything, and they have the little lime in the Corona bottle, that's to keep the flies out. It's not because it makes it taste better. It's to keep the flies out because it's from Mexico.
Yeah, well, how do you keep Mexico? How do you keep the flies off the people drinking the beer?
Get them in the shower. I don't know, something. I guess.
I'm sorry.
No,
that was completely.
It's my fault entirely. I led you down a bad path here. I started it.
We got a new air conditioning company down here in Naples.
Oh, really? What's it called?
Well, I just love their name.
Yeah, all right.
Stiff Nipples Air Conditioning.
No, wait a minute. There's no way.
Really?
Oh, now stop. There's no possible way that there's an air conditioning company called Stiff Nipples.
It is. I'll send you a picture.
You better send a picture. I'm posting it if you do.
Yeah. And we've got a plumbing company down here called Plumbing Nerds.
Oh, that's close. All right.
Yeah, okay. And their TV commercials, they go help some gray-haired old ladies with the plumbing problem. And on the way back out to the truck, the old lady says, "You really know your shit."
Oh,
and they cut
gosh.
her off right there.
Oh, my.
I love commercials with a little.
Well,
bit
that's
of fun.
clever.
Yeah.
I think that's probably clever.
Stiff nipples.
Oh my goodness.
Well, if I had a phone number, I'd send it to you. I would send it to you right now. But Kimmer, we're having a lot of fun, but things are going to get serious very, very quickly. Every day I wake up, things happen overnight for us.
Yeah.
In Israel and the Middle East.
You know what?
And we're gonna wake up and they will have hit that Iranian site with the bunker busters.
You know what? I started wondering about. I wonder if that the Iranians have already figured out how to make enough of the bad uranium to make at least a suitcase bomb or two.
A dirty bomb, maybe.
A dirty bomb, and whether they have already been planted in Israel by Iran's terrorist agents, much like the Israelis have been planting all those bombs in Iran for all this time. I wonder whether the Iranians have a dirty bomb or more than one, and whether they have taken them into Israel to blow up if they get attacked on the mountain.
Well, how about sleeper cells in the United States?
Well, that too. That we talked. Yeah, absolutely. I believe they're there. I believe in the TV show The Americans. I saw it. I believe that those things are true. I'll bet you there are families who are just sitting there and probably enjoying the hell out of American life. But I'll bet you if they're called upon, they would have a decision to make, and I'll bet a lot of them would make it to kill whoever they needed to.
Well, I think
I'm ready.
I think that there's probably Iranian mad Muslim sleeper cells here, probably also in Great Britain.
Sure.
I mean, what is it? What is the stats in Great Britain that the 5 largest cities also all have Muslim mayors?
Yeah. Number one child's name in Britain is still Mohammed every day.
Yeah,
every year.
It's Mohammed. I mean, that's a name that in English means ain't got no sense.
Well, now we know a lot of wonderful people who maybe named Mohammed.
Okay,
I'm sure.
tell me one wonderful friend of yours.
I don't. I have friends from that particular religious persuasion, which is fine. But I don't know of actually one named Mohammed. I will tell you that right now. That I can remember. Well, again, I don't even, I don't know what's the difference between an Arab and a Muslim, and I don't know, a Shiite and a Shuat and a Sunni, and I don't know. I used to have a little difference, and now they're saying that the problem is that the Ayatollah Khamenei, who's running the place now in Iran, is one of these subsets of the Iranian idiot people who say that there's only one ending, and that is to kill everybody else who doesn't believe in you, so that you will run the world. Period.
Everybody who is not a Muslim. Yeah. Well, okay. I have encountered and known people who appear to be gentle and kind and peaceful, but you Muslims, you look at them and you wonder, oh yeah, I mean that's your attitude right now. But what happens when your percentage of the population increases to critical mass? Yeah. Then what happens?
I bet they taught their kids how to wire a freaking detonator, too.
You weren't on the air when this was happening. But,
we got to play a little music back there for the lady?
Yeah, that's my Apple Watch telling me I have AFib.
Oh, you have AFib right now?
Yeah, well, about an hour ago.
Oh, I'll be damned. Well, it's kind of late, isn't it? I mean, your watch tells you an hour after you've had a heart attack or something? I mean, Jesus.
It told me about it.
That really... Okay, all right, maybe you should reset it or something. Was it on standard time or...
Well, it also...
I don't know how that works, I guess.
Yeah, I've got a special Apple Watch that also tells you if you have BO.
Do you hear the story about old people stinking?
Oh, boy.
In fact, I was starting to read, and I said, I don't want to read this because they're going to think I'm an old smelly man or something, but there's actually a story of why old people smell. Now, I've never smelled an old person of any that I can remember saying, oh boy, that old person smells, but there is really a reason for it, and I have a story on it that I may or may not get to.
All you have to do is just kind of bow your head and turn it to one side.
You won't let me lean. They won't let me lean to the side.
I think we do smell, as a matter of fact.
Well, I've got the story. I mean, I can tell you.
I think there's no help for us, actually.
Well, I don't. I've got it right here, so I'll bet you got it right here. Why do old people smell? It happens. You want me to give you a quick update here?
Yeah, I would like that, because I could get me off the hook with Donna.
Old people smell comes from lipid periodoxation on top of the skin. If you don't have enough antioxidants, the smell builds up because we can't get a lot of cellular turnover as we age. It lingers. It likens lipid periodoxation to the body basically rusting.
Does that mean then that you have to shower more than twice a week?
Well, that's probably a pretty good idea anyway, but that's my own, Now, they say you don't really need more than a couple of showers a week, but I don't believe that. I think it's important.
I think it washes all the precious bodily oils.
It does. Or do the Pete Davis version of showering.
Tell me about it.
Well, that's right. He used to yell at me because he washes his towels like every 20 minutes. I mean, he has like 800 towels, and he washes them every time he sees a towel. So I better wash that one too. And he said, well, because, and I used to joke about it because he says, well, you can't use a towel again after you use it once. I said, well, what kind of shower do you take? What do you walk around in there for a second and then walk out and then just scrape the crud off with a towel? I said, that's not taking a shower. The only thing a towel should have is clean water.
Is that why he works from home?
I don't know, but he always yells at me whenever I So I don't know. Anyway, that's why old people. It's characterized by top notes of mothballs and wet cardboard with expired canned goods and dead leaves. Anyway, it's old people from lipid periodoxation.
Did it say anything about mothballs?
They made jokes about it, but you can get rid of it. You cannot get rid of it through bathing because the cells are not turning over rapidly enough, and the lipid fats are not easy to break down, so the scent will still be there.
What do you do?
The solution, you want to get rid of it from the inside out. A diet dense with mushrooms.
Fungus?
Amino acid aereo something or other, a powerful antioxidant, anti-inflammatory properties. Diets rich in mushrooms cut the risk of cognitive impairment in half as well. Anyway, and see what else they got here.
You know, that's why we can't go out with the young chicks.
I know. Well, that's among other reasons. That's a lot of reasons why the Kimmer's not going out with young chicks.
You don't want to die?
No, I can't find a young chick. I don't have that kind of cash.
Oh, listen, I'm just trying to be lighthearted because I'm so gunched up about this Iranian situation.
You know, I'm not. What would happen? Well, okay, let's say he goes. Donald Trump has us fly the plane. Even you can either give it to them to fly or we fly it. I assume we'll fly it.
I got a license. Is it a single engine?
Well, it's a great big one. I know that. The B-2.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Anyway, so let's say he does it. He goes over tonight. He bombs the thing. We wake up in the morning. The thing is gone. And everybody's going, what's going to happen? What do you think the reaction would be concerning my first concern would be what happens in embassies around the world to Americans? Do they have, hit teams to react to it? But do you think the world will have a reaction? Will we be attacked? Well, what do you think the reaction would be if he does it tonight?
Could it possibly be that Iranians would actually celebrate this?
I think they will. I think the people would be very glad to get rid of the possibility of having the bomb. I think they would be thrilled. Not the Iranians. Not the Guard, not those Patriot Guard people.
I think remember what happened to the flying monkeys when the witch melted?
I do not remember at all.
Well,
I think
they were
flying. They were thrilled. All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's good. Well, there you are.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Oh, no, there you go. The little dancers. Yeah, sure.
Well, I think, the flying monkeys in Iran would probably be, a lot of them would probably be
I'll bet
thrilled.
they would. I'll bet they would. I don't think those, it's like when I went, well, no, I'm sorry, I was going to do a personal thing. But I think the people, you find, if you're going to a place where there's war and stuff like that, you find out basically the people want nothing to do with it. They just want to be left alone,
Exactly.
Farm their little things, have little rice paddies or little shops in the mall, whatever. They just want to live. They just want to be left alone. They just want to do have their kids and just, that really, seriously.
Yeah,
so.
I wish, where can you go that you can just be left?
I know.
Okay, now here is the. I heard this.
Yes.
I can't remember who said it.
Right.
But I heard somebody say it talking about the cost of government programs for the poor and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they were discussing one of these programs, and this idiot who had to be a Democrat, had to vote Democrat. Said, well, we should pay for half, the government should pay for half of it, and then we should pay for the rest of it out of taxes.
What's it? Okay, wait a minute. So where do they think the government is going to get the money to pay?
You're talking about a liberal. You're talking about a liberal.
God.
You're not talking about somebody that thinks rationally.
It just comes out of the tree. I guess we have the money tree. They really do have a tree that has the.
The government will pay for half of it, and we'll pay for the rest of it with taxes.
Well, yeah, taxes. Which, yeah.
Well, that made. Whoever it was that said that, it made perfect sense.
Sounds like Hank Johnson. Have you heard the latest on Hank Johnson?
No, what's the latest?
Oh, he's got a song. In fact, how long's that song, Flounder? Do you want to hear it, Neil?
Oh, sure.
Oh, I don't want to take up your time, though, but if you want to listen after you get done. Flounder, how long's that Hank Johnson song?
About 2 minutes.
Neil, it's at 4:27. You want to hear that? Do we have time? Can we do this? How's our format here? Are we okay?
Yeah.
Neil, do you want to hear the Hank Johnson song?
Oh, yeah.
All right. We may even have to dump out of it, but here's Hank Johnson.
If you do, goodbye.
Yeah, this is he's going to. It's called "The Guam Is Going to Tip Over" ballad by Hank Johnson, our congressman from Georgia, laughing stock of America. He's playing the guitar here.
Hey, Trump.
Hey, Trump. Hey, Joe, the song based on.
Where you going with that gun in your hand?
It's a congressman.
Hey, Trump.
Oh, hey, Trump.
Where you going with that gun in your hand?
See, it doesn't have a lot of lyrics. I'm wondering if it has any other words.
Oh, yeah.
For the song there. Hank Johnson, the congressman in Georgia. Leader of Georgia's Democrats.
I'm going down the street and shoot down democracy. You know I want to be a king someday.
You're the ones who hired an emperor with no clothes.
I'm going down and shoot democracy down.
I'll shoot democracy down.
You know I want to be the king someday.
This is really pathetic. So he changed 2 words in 2 lines.
Hey, Donald Trump. We won't let you take our democracy down. Take it down to the ground.
You've already done that, you idiots.
Oh, my God.
I mean, that's fine. Thanks, Founder.
Look,
my
Kimmer,
Lord.
You know, I was convinced that you were trying to put one on over the old fart in Naples, and then I
done it again.
It's my
you know what?
God,
I can't stop thinking. It's the Democrats who actually had a king. They had an emperor. They made an emperor with no clothes. They pulled it off for 4 stinking years. They had their king. The guy didn't know what he was doing. Much like a king sits in the castle, and the people around him and the legislators and all the stuff actually do the stuff. The prime minister or the whatever and the party chairman do the work. Just like America had a king for the last 4 years. He was an emperor with no clothes.
Well,
and now they're claiming that Donald Trump wants to be a king? How he's the most open person in the world. He proved it again today.
I was convinced that the truth wasn't in you until I Googled it. That is absolutely true.
I know. You can see him right there. It's on video. I
know it's on YouTube and Facebook. It's all over.
Oh.
God.
Hank Johnson, Georgia.
But you know what? He'll be reelected.
Oh, no question. Is he still Stone Mountain area, right? Did they change that district? It's still mostly Stone Mountain, I think.
Yeah.
Good Lord. You know, honestly, I guess they want him. But seriously, he's a laughing stock. Balloons with we need more hydrogen balloon things for clown parties and stuff. We have to get rid of the helium.
Did he mention Guam?
Not today.
In the song?
No. The former is famous for saying it'll tip over if we put more troops on that side.
You know, all he needs is Stacey Abrams' backup.
Oh, Lord.
Or Harmony.
Yeah.
Okay, go away.
Hey, listen, have a great. It's the first full day of summer tomorrow, and I hope you and your sweet lady have a great weekend, and look forward to talking to you again. And your air conditioning I got something bad happened in my pants. What is it? A nipple hard time or whatever.
No, stiff nipple.
Stiff nipple incorporated. Neil Bortz, thank you, sir. Have a great day. Hi to the sweet lady, and off we go. Kimmer Pete Flounder and Neil Bortz.
And hi to your sweet lady when you get one.
It's over. It's too embarrassing to even try anymore, but thank you for the nice thought. Look out, here we go.
Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
It's going to be hot, going up near 100 coming up, and off and on showers. It's growing season, all right. And if you're a guy building in somebody's or woman building a backyard or a patio and stuff, and you need lawn things and landscaping stuff, Stovall Wholesale Landscaping Supply. Paul Stovall and the company they have 11 locations, new one in Canton, and they have trees and shrubs and flowers and plants and dirt and sod and boulders and stones and patio stuff and irrigation systems. And if they don't have it, they can tell you where to get it, even if it means they don't get the sale. You'll love the way they do business. You need it now, it's probably on the way. StovallInc.com.
Gentlemen, listen up. When it's not hard, it's really hard. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 have some form of ED? It's true, and I'm one of them. ED followed me everywhere. Heck, even my initials are ED. I'm Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia, and I know ED. It can lead to feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there's good news. I can fix it. I fixed mine, and I can fix yours too. At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, we are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, trimix to create an erection, and more. Guys, ED won't get better on its own, but I can help you today. Call us at 404-777-1911. That's 404-777-1911, or learn about us more online at tbtofga.com. So take it from me, ED, Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Call 404-777-1911 or online at tbtofga.com.
My name is Patrick, and I'm the Military Outreach Manager at the Warrior Alliance. I served in the U.S. Army as an airborne ranger and deployed to several combat zones in support of the global war on terror. Veterans bring excellence through our work ethic, skills, and civic duty. However, transitioning to civilian life can be difficult, as we all share a loss of purpose when leaving the military. Returning veterans have earned and deserve our support so they can thrive on their journey home. The Warrior Alliance understands the challenge and is helping warriors navigate to success after service. Join us in changing thousands of lives for the better. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
Running a business is tough. Juggling clients, employees, cash flow. Why worry about IT? iTech Atlanta can keep your systems running securely and smoothly so you can focus on your business, minimize downtime, and protect against cyber threats, all at a predictable, fixed, low monthly cost. For 25 years, iTech Atlanta has been helping businesses just like yours. We'd love to manage your IT on time and under budget. To learn more, visit itekatlanta.com. We manage your IT so you can manage your business.
Hey, Atlanta's Mark from the Safe House. I have a question for you. Am I the only person pissed off with the mainstream fake news, liberal judges,
and whiny liberal politicians
who don't realize why Donald Trump is president, and fake safes? And you may wonder, why fake safes? Well, a fake safe is like Joe Biden, cheap and ineffective. A real safe from Atlanta Safe House is like Donald Trump, tough, effective, and provides peace of mind when you need it the most. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast and see what a real safe looks like. So go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Enthusiastic and efficient, the GLC SUV offers turbo hybrid power, a 9-speed automatic transmission that puts passing power at your fingertips, and perfect proportions. The GLC's flowing lines and precise edges are smooth to the wind, rugged in the rough, and elegant everywhere. Get an exceptional offer on the 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 SUV, just $589 per month for 36 months with $56.93 due at signing, exclusively from RBM of Atlanta and Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models during the Mercedes-Benz Dream Days sales event. Visit today to see how to qualify. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta, Sandy Springs through June 30th, 2025. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia lemon law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Attention warriors, are you a veteran ready to navigate to success after service? Tune in to the Warrior Alliance Network. Join us as we spotlight inspiring stories, provide essential resources, and connect you with a community dedicated to empowering veterans. From career advice to health and wellness tips, the Warrior Alliance Network is your go-to hub for post-service success. Tune in Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. on XTRA 106.3. Join us on the mission, the Warrior Alliance Network, where warriors thrive together. Visit us at thewarrioralliance.org for more information.
I like this song. I also like the pirate song. 40-year-old pirate.
Pirate looks at 40.
Pirate looks at 40. Jimmy Buffett. And again, I know you don't want it. I can't help but right now, it just started. I really hadn't thought about this when I saw the song was on here until just this second, about the time when my late brother Gene, the golf pro, went to Williams College as an economics major and turned that into a golf pro driving range career. And for his 50th birthday, we went to the Jimmy Buffett concert in Boston, and we rented a great big RV and piled our whole bunch of people in there, including everything. And got there about 10 o'clock in the morning, started drinking, and the concert wasn't until like 8 or whatever. And they had the video and everything. What an experience. I mean, it was just, people were happy and laughing and singing. And honestly, it was just really, I'll never forget it. And on this day in 2008, Jimmy Buffett announced his Margaritaville holdings. We're now partnering with a coastal marina gambling company, and he bought the Trump Marina Hotel Casino for $316 million. Jimmy Buffett's empire included tequila, beer, frozen food, footwear, restaurants, a resort, a record label, and a recording studio. And remember, he almost got shot down. Wasn't that Jimmy Buffett almost got shot down because they thought he was this drug smuggler leaving Cuba or something over the...
Yeah, South Caribbean. Bono was with him, and they shot the plane.
Yeah, shot the plane. Yeah. Anyway, back in 2006, Jimmy Buffett had made about $44 million and Margaritaville. And again, if things had been different and things and so forth, I definitely would have tried to move into Margaritaville down in Florida, which I think is it's supposed to be a really nice little place. Anyway, phone calls take priority. Holy cow, here we go. Leela's on the radio. Happy Friday, Leela. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. When we moved up from Decatur up here to North Carolina, people keep asking me, how do we like North Carolina? I said, there are two things that I really, really like about North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
The first one is the traffic or lack thereof.
Yeah.
And two is the fact that we are no longer represented by Hank Johnson.
What an idiot! He's an idiot. I mean, seriously, he just can't be very smart.
I know, and we got rid of Cynthia McKinney.
Oh my God! They named a whole interstate thing after Cynthia McKinney for years. Remember that? And Billy.
We fought to get rid of her, and look at what they got. But I'm so glad he is no longer my representative.
That's very funny. Leah, you have a great weekend, sweetie, and happy summer starts right now, and the first full day summer is tomorrow. So here we go. Anyway, and keep cool. Thank you, Leela. What a sweet call. Very nice thing. We still Gary, I think, is on the phone. Hey, Gary, happy Friday. Let her rip. What's up, man?
Hey, Kimmer, Pete. I just wanted to refresh your memory. You remember several years ago, there was another country Republican guard that after like 3 days, whatever was left in the trenches came out with their hands up, their ears king, and they were surrender into the news media. So, same thing. Same thing. All right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Yeah, I remember. I was laughing because I remember all of a sudden, boy, that was fast. I think. Anyway.
Same thing with this group. If they try anything.
Well, I don't know, but I truly believe that the people, they just really just don't want anything to do with this. I can't imagine. I don't think the basic people of Iran are the people who truly believe that they should take over every other country in the world and kill them if they don't believe what they do. I just don't believe it. So this could be a great opportunity. I hope so. Anyway, thank you, Gary. I appreciate it. Good point. 441, and just a quick birthday here. This would have been Brian Wilson's 83rd birthday from the Beach Boys. They just passed away a few days ago. Our birthday list does include that naughty Nicole Kidman, 58 years old today. That tall, kind of redhead Australian chick, Nicole Kidman. She was in Eyes Wide Shut, Big Little Lies, Days of Thunder, Far and Away. That's one of those she had the Tom Cruise affair with, as I recall. Far and Away, I think it was, where she started having an affair with him. And I forgot which one of the movies where she, just recently, a few weeks ago, she complained about having, well, I'm going to clean this up for kids in the car, that she was doing some intimate scenes with a young boy or something, and she used to complain every day that she was having too many origamis. That boy, she was having origamis all day and all afternoon, and she'd get home and say, I don't want to have any more origamis. I can't take it. And I thought, boy, I wish I was married to a girl like that who could just, complain about all the origamis from other people. Oh, sorry. Anyway, Nicole Kidman is 58 years old. And Scratch that one off. And one quick history thing here. 1947, you probably saw this in a movie of one kind or another. On this day in 1947, Bugsy Siegel, who brought organized crime to the West Coast, shot and killed at his mistress Virginia Hill's home in Beverly Hills. He was talking to a buddy on the phone, and when 3 bullets came through the window right into his head, and he died instantly. He grew up with little money in Brooklyn. Guy became a teenage thug. His pal Meyer Lansky terrorized local peddlers. They had their own business, bootlegging and gambling. Bugsy went into the Hollywood scene, made friends with Cary Grant, Clark Gable, Jean Harlow, all-night parties, hot spot in town, gambling and narcotics operations. World War II, he traveled to Italy to sell explosives to Mussolini. But the deal fizzled when all the explosives didn't go off in the test firing. Oh, my God, I didn't know that. Bugsy Siegel was trying to sell bombs to Mussolini, but they didn't work, so the deal fell through. And then he said, hey, let's go to Las Vegas, Nevada, and build a big gambling casino. He sunk $6 million into it, and it wasn't very profitable. He had a fight with Lucky Luciano. We're paying back the money he used to build it. Siegel was killed in Beverly Hills, and Luciano's men walked into the Flamingo and said, we're now in charge. Oh, yeah, I guess. Anyway, that must have been something of a shock. All right, 4:43. Now, you guys have a test for the Kimmer of some kind here, I'm guessing. What do we got going here now for 100 now, Pete?
Hold on, let me get the game music going. We could.
What's that?
The game music.
Game.
Yeah, it's also game music.
All right, we got a little something here now. You guys have handed me well, first of all, there's a story in the news. There's a secret emoji code that Gen Z is using to confuse old people like me. They're ditching mainstream characters. For example, let's see, the wilted rose is taken over, deemed the new, cooler alternative to a broken heart. Replaces the broken heart.
All right, you're cheating already.
Well, I wanted to tell them that there's changes.
What the new things are.
Well, I don't know if that's even on this list. Well, I don't know what.
We don't know.
I don't know what a wilted thing looks like, so I wouldn't know that. All right, so I now have a list of.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, okay, I would.
You don't know what a wilted thing looks like.
Well, all right, I'm looking at this list of your emojis. I do not see a wilted rose. So I don't think that affects it. So now tell me what to do. All right, what do we got here?
Let's just do it here.
Okay, so you have a list of emojis that you need to guess what fast food chain it is.
Okay. Well, some of these I'm looking now. Obvious, a star and money, Starbucks, obviously. Now the second one, it looks like a koala bear face, and then a corner of a blue and white something. I have no idea what that is. I don't know what it is. A koala bear and a corner of a something.
It's a panda.
Panda City. Panda
Express.
Panda Express. Oh, that's an express? What the hell's an express?
It's a Chinese restaurant you drive through.
Well, that's not a symbol for anything. I'm not see, this is bull. Okay, now the third one is a cheeseburger and a castle, so that's Burger King, or a king hat, crown, yeah, Burger King. All right, now we got a pizza and a house, that's Pizza Hut. We got, well, now this is a dice, like a dice and a pizza. You
should have told him his restaurants.
A dice and a pizza. A pizza dice, what the hell is it? Gambling pizza, gambling
Come on, it's the most famous pizza joint, delivery joint. Domino's.
That's not a Domino's. Okay. Well, that's not a domino. That's a dice piece. They should have used a domino, a black domino with white dots on it. I mean, that's not my fault. All right, the next one is these 5 heads. How about 5 guys? And then and a taco and a bell. That's Taco Bell. And now this one. There's a face. Looks like a child with 2 blue things on the side of his head and a drumstick. Kentucky Fried Chicken? What would be? What's the face mean though? What is that? What does that face symbolize? It's like a smiling face and 2 blue sticks on either side. What is it?
You're fried.
Is that what that means?
You're smoking, probably. Yeah, you're fried.
Well, I know I fried turkey legs, so Kentucky Fried Chicken.
So Lord Brian is keyed in. It's an old person, so it's a colonel.
Colonel Sanders.
That doesn't look like a colonel. And what are the 2 blue things on the side of his head? Is that supposed to be hair?
That's like the white hair.
Oh, my God. Well, that's not. Okay, now the next one is a black circle with is that a thermostat? I don't know what that thing with 3 blue columns in it. A white thing, a square with 3 blue columns surrounded by a gray circle. What the hell is that?
It's a sign for a Subway. Subway
I've never
sandwiches?
seen that before. Subway sandwiches, of course. Next one, a white circle and a white castle. White castle. Pepper, chili peppers. How about chilies? Chilies? Is that correct?
No. Keep
It's
going.
not chilies?
Good guess.
Number 11? What's a pepper? It's a hot pepper.
Chipotle.
Oh my gosh! Okay. Now let's see. We got a flame and a house and what was that thing you said before? Was a subway. So a flaming subway. The flaming. Let's see. A house. Let me see.
Firehouse subs.
Firehouse subs. Then we got a glass of water and a crown. Water crown. Glass crown. Drinking crown. Drinking king. Glass king. Ah, crap.
That's a glass.
Smoothie king.
Dairy Queen.
Oh, it's dairy. Oh, okay, a glass of milk. Okay, Dairy Queen. I get that now. And then, now we got this old man and a train pulling a bunch of animals. Old man or animal. Let's see. What the hell would that be? An old man.
Bestiality.
An old man and a train locomotive pulling with animals behind him. Jeez, we got a cow and a pig and a chicken and a horse behind
Oink, oink there and an oink, oink there. McDonald's.
Oh, my goodness. Old McDonald. Oh, my God. That's pretty clever. And now the last one is a chocolate-covered donut and a crown. So that would be Donut King. No, it would be...
Donut King, you're right.
Is there a Donut King? I'll be
In
damned.
L.A., yeah.
Anyway, well, see, that's why old people don't do this.
You got most of them.
I got a bunch.
Yeah, you actually did pretty well.
Anyway.
Gen Z's not as smart as they think.
Yeah, well, there's... Anyway, Kimber P. Flounder and Lord Bryant all over the place here on your Friday. How you doing? Look out.
It's time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Well, there have been several interesting news stories over the past couple of days. The Supreme Court has upheld Tennessee's law against so-called gender-affirming care for minors. Now crazed mothers in Tennessee can't have their little girl's breast removed because they actually wanted a boy in the first place. A circuit court has affirmed that Donald Trump can maintain control of the National Guard in California. A defeat for Gavin Newsom, something that all people with stable minds will celebrate. But the big story continues to be Iran. Look, I know it's easy for me and any other American with opinions to say what should and should not be done in Iran. I cannot imagine being the person who actually has to make that decision. That's why it's hard for me to imagine why anybody would ever want to be president of the United States. It's not all rides on Air Force One, meeting with foreign leaders, and prancing around the White House. But this decision to use the bunker-busting bomb to destroy these maniacs' obsession with nuclear weapons can only benefit the United States, our allies, and the rest of this world. Negotiations, diplomacy, no. There is no way a rational person can trust Iran and the mad Muslims that control that place. The threat must be removed. Iran has never lived up to and abided by any deal they've made regarding their nuclear weapons. And on a daily basis, they chant death to Israel and death to the United States. I don't think it's a tough decision. I'm just glad that I'm not the one that has to make it. Neil Bortz, XTRA 106.3.
You upgrade your phone, you upgrade your wardrobe, even your lawn. So why not upgrade the part of your home that actually protects your family? Southern Exteriors specializes in roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and they're making it easier than ever before with 10% off any job or 12 months of 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug, and I know the folks at Southern Exteriors. They show up, they do it right, and they stand behind their work. Call them today, 877-9-SOUTHERN, or visit southernexteriors.co.
the warm air, the beautiful weather, and the sounds of baseball, it's got you thinking about hitting the road. And no matter where your adventures take you, Subaru of Gwinnett has a vehicle to get you there safely and in style. Like the 2025 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. More than the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4 or the 2025 Subaru Forester, the SUV for all you love. It's the right-sized SUV for all the adventures ahead with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. Summer's heating up, and so is the demand for serious mowing power. When professionals need performance they can count on, they turn to Exmark mowers at Howard Brothers. Engineered for durability, comfort, and a perfect cut every time. Whether you're tackling big jobs or building your business, Exmark is the name the pros trust to keep working all season long. So if you're serious about summer work, stop by Howard Brothers and see why Exmark stands above the rest. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and with Howard Brothers.
I always used to like this song in this group. Kool and the Gang. Yeehaw. 2006, their co-founder died. Clades Charles Smith. Co-founder, lead guitar player, Kool and the Gang, passed away at 57. Had a long illness. Number 1 hit in 1981. Celebration. Number 7 in Britain. Celebration. The break one time. Come on. They had I think didn't they have a love song too? I think they had a real sweet kind of. I should have looked it up. I didn't know we were going on here. I should have looked it up. I think they had a real pretty love song. I remember too. I'll look that up later. Oh, in fact, I do have a musical update here for you from yesterday's show too in a second. But first, our birthday list includes John Mahoney. John Mahoney is 85 years old. He was the dad on Frasier. And he was also in Moonstruck, which is, by the way, a really good movie. If you haven't seen Moonstruck, it's a really, really well-done movie. What?
How old is he?
John Mahoney is 85.
I don't think so.
Why? What happened? He's dead?
Yeah, he died.
Oh, crap.
He died 7 years ago.
Oh, no, that can't be right. I do this every darn stinking rat scrap. And by the way, I thought it was ironic because John Mahoney birthday today, and yesterday also birthday of Danny Aiello, who was also in the movie Moonstruck, among other things too. So I just thought I had.
John Mahoney was in Tin Men with Richard Dreyfuss. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, he was good. I find that John Mahoney used to be 85. Sorry. And one quick history thing here. On this day in 1756. 145 male British prisoners of war and a single woman are forced to spend the night in a prison cell known as the Black Hole of Calcutta. 145 men, British prisoners of war, and a woman in a cell. Only 22 men and the woman lived the night. The cell containing 146 people was 14 feet by 18 feet. 2 tiny windows. It was designed to hold 3 people. It held 146. They were sent there and put in there at 8 p.m. Within 1 hour, people were passing out and falling to the floor, where they were then trampled to death. From 8 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock at night till 6 in the next morning, all but 22 men and the woman had died. It was during the war between Britain and France, the Black Hole of Calcutta prison cell. Yowie, zooey, bingo. 1756, by the way. Now, an update on something. I blew this yesterday. Oh, I got to run up John Mahoney here. I don't know why. That's like 2 days in a row. My history and my birthday thing has been wrong. And I do 3 different birthday checks. I'm really upset about this. I do 3 different birthday history checks, at least. So I'm very upset. I'm going to have to hit somebody or something. Okay, now... yesterday, I screwed up and I said Spanky from Spanky the Little Rascals was 83 years. Yeah, well, I got that wrong. He's been dead for 30 years, as our caller called in to tell me. Actually, it was I would hate you. It was Spanky McFarlane, the singer girl, and you guys didn't know what I was talking about. In fact, I asked Lord Brian to look up a couple of Spanky McFarlane songs, and the man refused. He sat back there and said, I'm not helping that old fart. I don't know. The Gen Zs don't know how to talk to old people. So it was fine. I totally understand it. So I looked it up myself this morning. Okay, Spanky McFarlane, who had birthday yesterday, was the girl who was known as the Queen of Sunshine in the 60s. Mostly known for things like Mama and Papa songs. For example, Spanky McFarlane from Spanky and Our Gang, this vocal group in the 60s, had the song Lazy Day, da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Lazy, remember that song, Lazy Day? And here's another one. Well, only you would. And here's another one. I'd like to get to know you. I'd like to get to know you.
No.
Oh, my God. They were major songs. Huge hit songs. And so I stand corrected that I had to Spanky McFarlane.
Now, you liar, you're sitting corrected. What are you stand corrected?
Thank you. Oh, by the way, I got a show and tell. Should I do my show and tell? Oh, I don't have time. Oh, my God, it's 5 o'clock.
Oh, what a shock. You wasted all the time on birthdays in history, and you have no time for content
what happened?
For the show. Huh.
Oh, we did our contest. Oh, my God, it's 5 o'clock? I can't believe it. Oh, we all you found is funny. I did it again 2 days in a row. All right, I retired. Good night, everybody. That's it for me. It's
damn you.
Bye-bye.
Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station, XTRA 106.3.
There's no end in sight. I'm John Saucier, Fox News. The latest Israel-Iran conflict entering week 2. Fox's Craig Polcon is in Tel Aviv with more.
The biggest hit by Iran was in the main northern port of Haifa. Some 20 missiles targeted that location. Authorities say 244 people were wounded, some seriously. Missiles also targeted Beersheba. One of the missiles hit a software firm linked to the IDF. Many military targets down south. Israeli pilots and their jet fighters taking little rest. Some 50 made bombing runs over Iran. Among the many targets, nuclear research facilities, missile production plans.
Iran is threatening to retaliate against the United States if it continues to help Israel. President Trump says he'll decide within 2 weeks whether to launch American strikes against Iran. The Israeli ambassador to the UN is reacting to the president's desire to wait and see and try and negotiate again. Here's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal.
President Trump said he'd make a decision about Iran within the next 2 weeks. Israel's UN ambassador Danny Danon said talks with Iran have been ongoing for decades.
If it will be like, what happened in Libya, when you had real inspectors who came into Libya, took out everything out, that's a mechanism that can be discussed. But if this is going to be just another round of talks, That's something which we cannot accept.
While the International Atomic Energy Agency recently said Iran could not prove its enriched uranium wasn't being diverted to military uses and refused to explain why enriched uranium particles were found at undeclared sites, the head of the IAEA said Friday attacks on Iran's nuclear facilities should never take place. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
A federal judge granting a preliminary injunction blocking the Trump administration's efforts to keep Harvard University from hosting international students. America's listening to Fox News.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/policy. That's ethos.com/policy.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of blank. Ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out, it's only me. It's only the Kipper with Pete Davis and Flounder at the controls and Lord Brian Spector. In fact, Flounder was just telling me he got Braves game tonight. In fact, I saw a little bit of the Braves game, but I missed this one part. Flounder, tell the little people what you were glad to see last night when you took the whole freaking family out there to the ball game.
The tomahawk chop was loud and proud last night. Every single person in that stadium, maybe not the Mets fans, but everyone was standing and everyone was just doing the chop.
What led to it? What started? I watched some of the game, but I didn't see anything.
I'm wondering, it may have been when Olsen cleared the bases. He hit us. The bases were loaded, and he hit. I believe it was a double, and it cleared the bases, and the place went crazy. And then they just did
the organ player.
It wasn't the organ player. They did start the drum beat like over the stadium, and then just everybody got into it. So it was really, really cool. Because I believe after the All-Stars were canceled, they stopped doing even just the drum beat that started the tomahawk chop in the stadium.
You know, I kind of lost track. It used to be a thing, and then it was a thing, and then it became a bad thing, and now here we go again. I'm glad. I think it's glad to be back. What, Peter? Is that a bad thing?
That Weiner pitcher for the Cardinals, Halsey, whatever his name is, started complaining about it.
Kiss my foot. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, how about tough? How about then maybe quit? How about that? If you can't take that, poor baby, a freaking professional baseball player is all upset that somebody's doing an Indian chop. We used to have a teepee out there, dickhead. What are you talking about? If just get tired of you idiots. Anyways,
Richard Head.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Yeah, let's stick Richard, Mr. Head, the director of security over there.
That's right.
The whole thing there with the thing there. And by the way, I also I should admit this too. I asked Flounder to put some songs on my Magic Music Stick today.
Oh, here we go.
And you are free to. I'm surprised Flounder hasn't.
Spanky McFarland.
Well, no, but I did have. Tell him you want to tell. You remember Flounder? He's got something to do with it. He doesn't remember. He's not.
There are a couple Taylor Swifts.
Yeah, the two I talked about yet. Oh, look at Pete. Screw you. The first three, I can't remember the fourth one. The first three I asked him to put on there are the Teardrops on My Guitar and the Tim McGraw song, which we played yesterday, and also that cello performance by Yo-Yo Ma that was on the West Wing, and that sweet lady at your wedding, Flounder, played for me. And I can't believe I was so stunned by it. I didn't whip out my phone and record it right there. She was so wonderful to to do that just for me. I mean, I asked her, you know that thing? She said, oh, yeah, here, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom.
And the other one was Beach Boys, Don't Worry, Baby.
Oh, Don't Worry, Baby, another great song.
That's a great song.
Yeah, great song.
It really is.
And that has, like much of the Beach Boys has a meaning to me. I mean, particularly, a lot of those songs did, had a thing that really made a difference. In fact, one of my good friends in college fell in love with his girlfriend over that song, which he used to play on his guitar. For her. Anyway, kind of oh my God. Oh my God. They used to have, what the hell do they call? Not road. What was the, where they would have people gather and start singing folk songs together.
Hootenanny.
Hootenanny, yeah. First day of college, they had a hootenanny for the incoming freshmen to try to get us to all sing songs. Oh, God, shut up. Okay, anyway, sorry. Let's see what else. I was going to do a show and tell. And by the way, we owe a Flounders Funny. I know we haven't even talked to news yet. By the way, we're not bombing. Nobody's bombing. Everything's fine still so far. Looks like it's going to happen. And I mean, they're still fighting over there, but we're not bombing anybody. So that's the latest in that. We're going to talk UFOs here in a second, and also Donald Trump and the California thing in just a second. First of all, I have a show and tell. And this is, if you've ever heard about this before and you weren't sure, I can confirm it for you now. I'm holding in my hand a packet of sugar, of pure cane sugar that you get in any thing, and also a packet next to it of the blue fake sugar. This is equal. I call it the blue. Yeah, the blue. Okay, so I have a pack of sugar compared to the equal pack of sugar, and I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, right now, the pack. I'm holding up for YouTube. The pack of sugar is way bigger and has way more in it than the pack of equal. The pack of equal, smaller than the pack of sugar, is about 5 times sweeter than the pack of sugar. Equal is way sweeter than sugar. And I've only used equal, and I made the mistake of going to the store and reaching down to the bottom shelf where they keep it, and I pulled up the box of what I thought was equal, got it home, and it was a box of sugar. And so I saw, well, crap. So I started using the sugar, and I realized, oh, my God, to have the same thing of my coffee. I have a coffee mug in the morning. That's all I drink, a coffee, the big mug in the morning, couple, 8 cups of it, whatever. Anyway, and so I found I had to put 4 more sugars in there than I used to the equal. And I don't know whether people know that, but again, if you want to have sweeter stuff and save the calories, the fake blue one is 10 times. I mean, I couldn't believe the difference. I even brought in to show you. I really was astounded at how much sweeter equal is than sugar.
The same thing happened to me the other day. I went to the store, and in the parking lot, I met somebody, and I wanted some flour, and I came home, unfortunately, with a bag of cocaine.
Well, I'll be damned.
Sounds like you met someone in the parking lot.
Son of a gun.
I didn't tell you. I stopped to get gas last night. It's about dusk, okay? It's about dusk. And I see a young boy. He's like 25 years old. And he's pushing a shopping cart that's just full of stuff. Oh, okay. And so I thought, well, he's getting a shopping cart and bringing it back to the grocery store. No. He was homeless. But he was well-dressed, and he was perky. And he said something to me while I was pumping the gas. And I said, excuse me?
Yeah.
And he said, Happy Mother's Day. And he kept going.
All right, then. Good thing. That's why he's homeless. And by the way, God, driving home, every once in a while when I'm driving home at the same route and when I get to the same place near a gas, I pass through the intersection of the gas station on Old Milton, that's not it, on Holcomb Bridge or someplace, and I'm going across it, and there is a bus stop, and at this bus stop, there is a woman, and she has 2 or 3 shopping carts tied together and a tent over the stuff that's billowing about 6 feet in the air from her shopping cart home.
There's a woman up at the corner there by the McDonald's by work that does that.
I mean, and that's how they live. I mean, literally, it's 3 or 4 shopping carts and covered with a tarp, and it's piled with stuff inside. And there was a guy next to her, and they had a dog. I don't know whether that's a family thing or whether it was just some guy with a dog, but I know that there were also homeless people with dogs.
There's a gentleman up there by the gas station right by Windy Hill and right if you get off 75, that exit, and he's there and he's with his dog a lot of the time. I always stop and give him something.
Wow. Anyway, just an observation that was boom. I got 511. I'm supposed to be just new stuff. No, I don't care. Oh, you know, we were talking about a little AI segment here. We were talking the other day about how true stuff AI is, and pretty soon we won't know what's real from real. On my phone popped up today, I see a video of a cat walking slowly down a diving board over a pool. And all of a sudden he's doing like the Rodney Dangerfield triple Lindy, you know, and I'm thinking, whoa, wait a minute. And then, you know, having us doing the four-stroke and the Australian crawl or whatever. And then the next one was a dog and coming up to where people were having a concert or something, and the dog starts playing the drums. And I'm telling you, it looked like the dog was playing the drums, and it looked like that cat was doing a triple Lindy into the pool. I mean, it was so close to being real. I mean, here we are.
Did you watch the thing Flounder sent about ICE is now rounding up Chihuahuas in neighborhoods? And at the end of it, the reporters interviewing a Labrador, a white Labrador. The Labrador goes, well, the neighborhood's so much more quieter now.
I got rid of the Chihuahuas. I mean, they're right there. It's right there.
I know. It's close.
And pretty soon, if they get, I guess, you know, like we're on YouTube right now. So what's to stop somebody with an AI thing from taking my picture and my face and various parts of various
they're doing
times,
it now. You could do it now.
And could put together a live Kim Peterson, Pete Davis, and Flounder show without us even being part of it.
That's right.
Visually, where we would be doing and talking and everything else. And they could match up the mouth moving with the words they want to put in there.
They can do it now. Yeah.
Well, then what the hell?
I know. Well, it wouldn't be as good as us doing it live.
Well, maybe.
Putting ideas in their heads.
Well, think about it. I mean, it's over. Think about the things that are no longer needed.
Well, think about this. If we're smart enough to do it before management does, we can sit back.
Yeah, get a new manager. a little machine over in the corner. I get the office.
They're working on it, too. Yeah, they're working on it, too.
Oh, God. All right, 5:13. A little fun time coming up. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, and Lord Brian. Look out. Here we go. Stand by. Firing or something.
Wherever you are in Georgia, you can stream XTRA 106.3 and crystal clear digital with the all-new XTRA 106.3 app. Get Extra's live on-air stream in real time, or go back and listen to all your favorite shows, Neil Bortz, or original podcasts, no matter where you go. Grab the XTRA 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Join A Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Madelon and host Tug Coward for the weekly radio show Back Your Blue. They will highlight special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. This week's guest is Ashley Merchant of the Merchant Law Firm. Tune in on Saturdays or catch up on all past episodes wherever you get your podcasts or at the podcastpark.com.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
A study by Allianz Life reveals that 63% of Americans harbor the fear of running out of money in retirement. With that, let's turn to Coach Pete. Coach, what about the word safe?
Safe. Big word. Big word. Misconstrued sometimes. When you hear safe, it seems boring to some people. Safe, you think of a CD at the bank paying 1%, but there are some safe strategies that will grow your money, help you participate in the upside of the market, but not the downside, and give you lifetime income you can never outlive. That is the true safe, and that puts safety, gives you peace of mind if you have the right safety, doesn't it?
It sure does, and get a look at what the right safety plan for your retirement could be. Call Coach Pete's local trusted advisor, Craig Chandler of Chandler Wealth Management, 800-419-6164, 800-419-6164, 800-419-6164. Craig Chandler, 800-419-6164.
Jaron Solomon here, and this June, Solomon Brothers Jewelers is celebrating the people who make our world sparkle, you. All month long, we're giving back to the customers, partners, and charities that have helped us grow. We have exciting giveaways, including concert tickets, gift cards, prizes from the Braves and Dogs. And just by stopping in and filling out a wish list, we will give you a $100 credit to spend with us at our Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg locations, and $100 toward helping local heroes and charities like Leukemia Lymphoma Society and Extra Special People. Come visit us, join the celebration, and see how much community means at Solomon Brothers. Head to SolomonBrothers.com and click on the banner to find out more, including the full list of prizes. And thank you for being a part of our community for 40 plus years. Visit Solomon Brothers Jewelers in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Peachtree City online at SolomonBrothers.com. Solomon Brothers is the preferred jeweler of your Atlanta Braves.
Thinking about buying a firearm for home defense or personal safety but don't know where to start? Start with True Prep. We're a family-owned store focused on education, safety, and community. Join True Prep's Firearm Fundamentals Workshop on July 13th to learn about the purchasing process, gun safety, selecting the right gun, and more. No pressure, no intimidation, just real help from real people. Our expert instructors create a relaxed, hands-on experience tailored for beginners. Visit TruePrep.com at TRUPrep.com to sign up for this workshop today.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
1840, Samuel F.E. Morse got a patent for the telegraph. His first message in 1844, what hath God wrought? And now, sponsored by RBM of Atlanta, holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
That's not true. His first round, I'll take a double stuff with pineapple, green peppers, and ground beef.
Now you're talking.
All right, fresh off a sweep of the first place Mets, the Braves in Miami tonight for the first of three. Rookie Didier Fuentes, a right-hander, makes his major league debut for Atlanta. He's like 20 years old.
Wow.
Facing Jansen Junk for the Marlins. And I tell you, this Junk guy is 1-0. I hear he throws nothing but junk.
But junk. Oh, now you were talking about this whiz kid of ours yesterday saying he was tearing up like 3 units in one summer or something here almost.
Yeah, well, you look at the stats one way or another way, whatever you want to look at. You know, whatever.
We'll take the half-full glass. Yes.
You got to wonder, though, if Didier was named after former Braves Rookie of the Year catcher Bob Didier. Look him up, kids. I got his baseball card. We're talking like 69, 70, somewhere around there.
I remember that name, yeah.
And there's still time to vote for Ronald Acuna Jr. for the All-Star game. We got to have at least one Brave out there. It's been kind of embarrassing, to have. Chris Sale will be there, but come on.
Yeah. I mean, goodness.
You need a starter out there. That's just what I'm saying.
There goes the boss.
Goodbye, Last night, the Bravos dominated the first place Mets 7-1. Spencer Strider improved to 2-5, went 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, walking 1 and striking out 8. The Braves blew it open in the bottom of the 6th with this big blow from Matt Olson.
Bigness of I got it. You're frozen there in the computer action. All right, hold it. We're okay. Everything's fine. People will stay right here. Matt Olson, big time.
Wind in the pitch, swung on, hook to right field. Stay fair ball into the corner. Everybody run. Everybody touch the bags. Everybody get waved home. Here's a throw to the plate. Save. A 3-run double for Olson.
Joe Simpson on sister station 680 The Fan. Drake Baldwin and Ozzie Albies both had 2 RBIs. Chris Holmes took the loss for New York. Braves now 10 games behind both the Mets and Philadelphia. They're tied. The Marlins in last place in the East, 5 games behind the Braves. Mike Puma is the Mets beat writer for the New York Post. He described their 3 games here in Atlanta with 3 words right out of Dr. Seuss. Stink, stank, stunk.
That's funny.
Now, we all know how Mets fans react to adversity.
Well.
There's no fan base better equipped for navigating the highs and lows of a long baseball season like Mets fans.
Yeah.
Famous for their patience and quiet resolve.
Well, they go along with it, yeah.
Or, here's Mets fan Frank the Tank.
It's over. This season is over. They are going to be the first team to be 20 out over these and lose 40 in a row. They're going to be They are never going to win another game.
Our love comes with caveats.
They're never going to win a game. They're never going to be close. Everything's going to blow up. Montas is coming. Everyone's Montas. They're going to win 99 runs a game now.
I'm no fan of Hitler. I never liked him.
Yep, something's going on.
That's a computer.
The computer just screwed up doing Norm McDonald. Sorry, Flounder. It's not your fault. No, the computer just went double. I'm watching Flounder try. No, you didn't do anything. It's all good. Probably blame it on the kid. It's probably Lord Brian. The guy. This is an experience. No, he knows better. I gave him a cookie. We're good. The man's take care of everything in there. I brought him a cookie. I specifically went in when Flounder got his stuff today, and I brought cookies for all the girls, and I made sure he's got his cookie. So.
All right, Norm McDonald just took time away. Don't you take time away?
No, you take all you want. You can go till 6. I'm serious. We go right now till 6. Just don't even cut for commercials or anything.
All right. By the way, the Mets are 0-6 since putting the pride flag up on their Jumbotron in Citi Field during the national anthem a week ago.
There you go.
And not the old rainbow flag, but the new one representing the child mutilation cult.
Oh, my.
In fact, former Mets center fielder Lenny Nails Dykstra tweets, the Mets have lost 6 in a row. Never disrespect the national anthem again. God bless America.
About time. You can't put up a pride flag instead of the American flag and a tranny flag to chopped off parts of stuff.
How dare they? How dare they put any other flag but the stars and stripes up there during the national damn anthem?
Yeah, they should have somebody should have ripped down the pole.
It's gone to, it's on the Jumbotron.
Well, then jump down the Jumbotron.
The Padres-Dodgers rivalry got even hotter last night as both Fernando Tatis Jr. and Shohei Ohtani hit by pitches again. Tatis awaiting the results of a CT scan on his hand. I haven't heard anything yet. Ohtani to the shoulder. San Diego won the game after benches cleared. Okay, baseball's got to do something about this. It's like these idiots that were on the Marlins that were throwing at Acuna's head a few years ago. And now they're throwing at Tatis and Shohei. If you heard either one of those guys.
Huge stars. Monster
only
stars.
baseball would put up with stupidity like that. So NFL doesn't put up with that. You touch one of their star quarterbacks and you're in trouble.
You can't be hit with these speeds and these pitches that are uncontrollable because they move so much with these new power arms and stuff. You can't be throwing toward hands. If you go hit a guy in the knee or in the ass or in the butt or the leg or something or down in the ankle going into the dirt, I mean, that's one thing. But you can't be throwing at hands and faces at those speeds and movement.
And that's exactly, they were doing it on purpose.
It's dangerous.
Four-seamers.
Literally.
Now, if a ball gets away and hits somebody, that's not the pitcher's fault.
That's Tony Canigliaro stuff happening there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. College World Series down to 2 teams, LSU versus Coastal Carolina, or as social media puts it, the Livy Dunn Madeline Klein series.
Oh, my.
Livy, the former Louisiana State gymnast, Madeline Klein, a former Chanticleer before dropping out of school and pursuing an acting career in L.A. Now, ironically, Madeline returned to the Carolinas to star on the Netflix show Outer Banks. Okay?
I'll be darned. Good. Yeah.
Anyway, they're both beautiful young women, and when Barstool pointed this out, Livy responded with Gooner World Series.
Gooner? Oh, my God. That's a porn thing.
We've established you don't know Gen Z emojis. Well, you kind of do, but obviously you know what Gooner means. It scares me because I had to look it up.
Isn't that some kind of porn thing?
Yes, you're right, sir.
Or is that the cosplay? I think it's a porn thing.
Yeah, Flounder, tell him what it is.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, the man's married. The wife will know. She doesn't want to tell him. No, I don't know. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's like a montage of bad things.
Clean it up.
All right, sir.
A gooner is someone who plays with themselves but stops just short of a rival.
Oh, well, I didn't think that was it.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, what's the point of that?
Yeah, that sounds ridiculous.
All right. Sounds like a Gen Z thing. Sorry, Brian.
Good Lord.
Another black eye for college football. The University of Wisconsin is suing the University of Miami for allegedly tampering with a football player. Defensive back Xavier Lucas first signed a deal with the Badgers, but the ink was barely dry when he up and transferred to the Hurricanes in January. Without even bothering to enter the transfer portal, it had already closed. Wisconsin seeking unspecified damages, accusing Miami of interfering with a binding revenue share contract between Lucas and the Badgers. The Big Ten is backing Wisconsin. Don't know how much the ACC is going to get behind the Canes on this one. And it's happening. It's not just them. It's other teams, other schools, too.
Well, you've been calling this from the very beginning. This is only going to get worse. It's a mess, and I don't understand how they think putting billions of dollars into the schools, paying the kids directly, is going to make it any different.
And they're already, Tennessee has a law saying that you can't keep their schools from paying the kids whatever they want.
Right.
And Michigan's following suit. So all these laws and stuff they're going to put up are going to be tossed aside until Congress comes down with something.
Make it a minor
universal.
league and stop the nonsense.
Well, it already is. Yeah. For the first time in 9 years, the NBA Finals will have a Game 7 after Indiana won at home over the Thunder last night, 108-91. Now, it's worth watching if it's a Game 7. Sunday night in Oklahoma City. Former Lakers center Vlade Divac underwent emergency surgery. He broke his hip in a fall from a motorcycle in Montenegro yesterday. 57-year-old Vlade has a fractured hip. They replaced it with an artificial one. 7'1" Serbian center started and ended his 16-year career with the Lakers. Also played for the Charlotte Hornets and Kings. An All-Star in 2001, a GM of the Kings. He's the first player born and trained outside the U.S. to play in more than 1,000 games in the league. Divac elected to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame back in 2019. So what a career.
There you go.
Told you all about Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders ticketed for driving over 100 miles per hour in a 60-mile-per-hour zone in Ohio. Now comes word it's not his first speeding ticket there. Sanders pulled over by the Ohio State Patrol June 5th. Sanders, up at Brunswick Hills, was stopped for driving 91 in a 65. He then failed to appear for an arraignment for the citation on Monday, facing a $269 fine and court costs. So he didn't show up in court for a speeding ticket. Then he went out and immediately got another one. Model citizen Shedeur Sanders off to a fast start, literally up there in Cleveland.
I kept waiting for the follow up, as in now he's in handcuffs, and the judges. I mean, what the hell? He just fails to show up, so he gets another ticket, and nothing happens.
What's the use of being a Sanders if you can't act like him?
Good grief! I can't imagine.
41-year-old Spencer Loalbo was golfing with his father, Robert, at the Bridges Golf Club in Gunter, Texas, about 60 miles north of Dallas on June 8th. Tragedy struck. A single cloud formed overhead, and Loalbo was struck by a bolt of lightning out of the blue. The father of the three little girls killed instantly. His father was relatively unhurt. Local firefighter playing behind Loalbo was declared dead at the scene. He couldn't resuscitate him. Married, his girls were 8, 6, and 3. Loalbo, a devout Christian who was known for helping the homeless, once taking the shoes and socks off his own feet and giving them to a homeless woman in a wheelchair. So you got sometimes you don't know why. Today in sports history, June 20th, 1982, the Phillies' Pete Rose played in his 3,000th Major League game, which is a loss to the Pirates, joining just 4 other players to reach 3,000 games. In between sucking on that Tootsie Roll Pop, can you name the other 4 players that hit 3,000 games played?
3,000 games.
That's one of your favorite players that you know so much about.
Willie Mays. The third baseman for Baltimore. But as of what year we're talking about?
1982.
So between 1982 and the past, there were 4 other guys, or any time after 1982 we're talking?
No, any time before 1982.
Before that would have been 3,000 games. Ty Cobb.
Yes, Ty Cobb.
Let's see. Lou Gehrig?
Nope. He died early. Remember, 37?
Oh, that's right, too.
Died.
Babe Ruth didn't play 3. Did Babe Ruth play 3,000?
Nope. No, he did not. I'll give you a hint. Local guy. One of them was local.
Hank Aaron.
The other guy played in the American League his whole life, according to you.
Oh, Stan Musial.
St. Louis Cardinals.
I'll be damned.
And the other was a Red Sox.
Ted Williams? He was in the Marine Corps.
No, he missed 5 seasons.
Ted Williams. Oh, I just said that.
Very hard name to spell.
Not George
unless you
Scott.
memorize it.
He's not old enough.
Left fielder. His son or grandson.
Oh, Caniglia. No. Yastrzemski. Carl Yastrzemski.
Carl Yastrzemski, or nephew.
I'll be darned.
1987, after giving home runs to Dale Murphy and Ken Griffey Sr., Red starter Bill Gullickson plunked Andres Thomas in the back with a pitch in the Reds' 8-6 loss at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. The Braves shortstop takes exception and charges the mound, bench-clearing brawl as both players get thrown out of the game. And in 1997, Aaron Boone, respectively the son and grandson of former Major Leaguers Bob and Ray, not the comedy duo, but the catchers, is called up from the Reds minor leagues to make room on the roster. Cincinnati demoted his brother, Brett.
I remember
Awkward
that.
Thanksgiving. And in 2015, after using Instagram during a game, the Red Sox benched third baseman Pablo Panda Sandoval for 1 game for violating their social media policy. The Panda hit the like button during Boston's loss to Kansas City in Kansas City. Where was the Panda when he hit the like button?
Oh, probably in the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
I love it. Oh, mercy. All right, Pete Davidson, if you need more time, we'll catch you coming up. 5:31, because I got some more for you coming up on the Sports Beat. Right. Kimmer, Pete Flounder, and Laura Bryan back there on Friday.
To the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, Neil Bortz, and all your favorite Extra 106.3 personalities whenever you want with the all-new Extra app. It's anytime show replays, all your favorite podcasts, and the latest political news from across Georgia. Download the Extra 106.3 app now for Apple or Android.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's here to tell you about a new company that is changing the way people buy their next pre-owned car or truck. At The Honest Car Guy, they offer a completely transparent way to purchase a vehicle. You pay what he pays, plus a small honest fee. You can choose any make or model. He will search the country for the best deal out there. He'll handle the paperwork, your trade-in, shipping, and even give you the bill of sale. Friends, I've done the research, and this is a buying process that you can trust. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1 or visit online at Honest Car Guy.
I'm Michelle Stovall, and our company has been family-owned and operated for 75 years. Check us out at StovallINC.com, or better yet, stop by our newly opened 11th store at 900 Union Hill Road in Canton. At Stovall, we supply you with all your landscaping project needs, completely hassle-free down to delivery. Been dreaming of an outdoor kitchen, fireplace, or other custom paver project? We partner with Keystone Hardscapes for all your beautiful high-end concrete needs. We look forward to making your landscape dreams come true. Stovall has it all.
Military veterans are eager to transfer their skills and experiences to civilian life, but lack trusted connections to expedite their path to success. That is, until they meet the Warrior Alliance. The Warrior Alliance goes the extra mile to reach veterans in their communities so they do not have to take this journey alone. With over 40 partners across 10 service areas, your donation goes a long way toward achieving maximum impact for a veteran and their family. Go to thewarrioralliance.org to donate today and commit to helping the Warrior Alliance change thousands of lives for the better.
Are you the type of consumer that likes to do your research before you choose a company? Well, then you need to join Dan Watkins, Chris Lolamy, and myself, Jim Niarchos, every Saturday morning at 9 for the All Four Seasons Home Show. We only vet local businesses with a proven history of integrity, competence, and solid customer service. The All Four Seasons Home Show helps you make a good consumer decision, save money, and not get ripped off. You can also follow our podcasts on Apple, Google, and Spotify. The All Four Seasons Home Show, Saturday mornings at 9, right here on Extra 106.3.
Your life and your loved ones' lives depends on what you've done to prepare. Disasters, shortages, supply chain failures, they're not ifs, they're wins. Don't be left without life-saving medication. The Jace case is a prescribed set of emergency antibiotics, life-saving medications you have on hand before you need them, offering peace of mind, no panicking, fast, affordable, and could save your life. Go to JASE.com. Use code RADIO for a discount, because once the shelves are empty, it's already too late.
The Morning Extra, starting your day the right way. Weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m.
Every single day, I'm waiting on my Trump victory because every single day there's something that occurs where I just go, that got him. And that's the weird part about what's going on.
Can I give you something that might be today? This was in the New York Times, and it says Trump's new deputy FBI director has it out for the, quote, scumbag commie libs.
Yes.
That's exactly right. She didn't write that headline for us. She has no idea that that's exactly what we voted for and exactly what we wanted to hear. She has no idea, dude.
She's busy thinking that's some sort of detriment.
Yes, of course. She thinks
I am an idiot going, yes.
No, you're not an idiot. See, that's the thing. She's the idiot. That's why everything is trending in the right direction.
He hates communist scum. All right, pretty cool.
Yeah, count me in.
Sounds good, brother. I'm right there behind you.
I love that idea. Dan Bongino, thank you.
Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station is Extra 106.3.
It's Letterman Friday, 5:35. Kimmer, Pete Flounder, and Laura Bryan. And Aerosmith from 1987 at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. It was the first night of their permanent vacation 147 date world tour. Over the years, the venue had been the home to the Texas Jam, which had featured Deep Purple, Boston, Journey, Ted Nugent, Scorpions, Cheap Trick, Van Halen, Blue Oyster Cult, Sammy Hagar, Rush, Nazareth, Styx, Foghat, Santana, and the Eagles. Eric Clapton notably held his first massive 3-day Crossroads Guitar Festival at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas in 2004. But in 1987, it was Aerosmith right here. Our birthday list includes a couple of singer actions here. Michael Anthony is 71, Van Halen, bass player. And it says here, badass backing vocalist. Van Halen bass player Michael Anthony, but Eddie and Alex vowed to never work with him again because he was working with Sammy Hagar, and they hate Sammy Hagar. Anyway, Michael Anthony, 71, and Lionel Richie is 76. Hello, Endless Love, all kinds of beautiful love songs here. Yeah, I got a couple of his on. I can't listen now because they're too sad, but I got a couple of his beauties on there. And I can't wait to listen to my new songs when I go home, Flounder. I'm very, very excited. I got 4 new Flounder songs on my Match of Music check. I'm freaking thrilled. Let's see, a little sports thing here, Pete Davis. On this day in 1960, the first boxer to regain a world heavyweight title, Floyd Patterson, who looked like a middleweight to me but he was something else. Floyd Patterson regained a title first time ever in 1960, and on this day in 1967, same day, Muhammad Ali is fined $10,000, sentenced to 5 years in prison for being a draft dodger. He also got stripped of his boxing heavyweight title, but it was overturned by the Supreme Court in 1971. There you are, 538, Kimmer Pete Flounder and Lord Brian. And a UFO thing. Oh, did I want to do an update on the thing, quick thing? Let's see. No, I can leave that for later. I got the thing here. Okay. UFO thing. A former combat fighter pilot, Major Ryan Bodenheimer, an ace with the Air Force, Thunderbirds, and an F-15E combat fighter pilot said, again, I saw a UFO. It was a perfect rectangle. Now, wait a minute. He was flying during the day, 3,000 feet, going 460 miles an hour. A bright object caught his attention out of nowhere. He said he was on a collision course with it. He said, I put my hand on the control stick. I'm about to turn off the autopilot, and then I realized we weren't going to hit. All of a sudden, it came into view. It was a rectangular shape. It was essentially a perfect rectangle, 30 or 40 feet high, bright white along the outside edges. It looked to be glowing with a clear center. I know it sounds like I'm talking about a delicious pastry, but this was the wildest experience I've ever had. He theorized maybe it's some kind of weather balloon, but that doesn't look like a weather balloon. Plus, it doesn't have any wings. There's nothing on it. There's no exhaust. The edges were so bright they were pulsing. Aerodynamically, he writes, this thing shouldn't even be going close to 400 knots. For a rectangle to be flying through the air was a wild experience. He was not picking up anything on the radar, not experiencing anything on radio interference. It kept pace with his jet at 460 miles an hour, a distance away. It was really defying any kind of aeronautical laws that I've ever learned. And then he said, suddenly the damn thing zoomed off. He called air traffic control. He told the controller what happened, and he said there was dead silence. Then they said, well, we'll be on the lookout. And he never heard anything else. So the pilot, this is not long ago, a few months ago or something. The pilot did some research on his own. He said for years he never wanted to talk about UFOs and runners. Pilots never, it was a stigma. He didn't want to talk about it. But now he said he's more comfortable opening up about the experience with more military pilots coming forward. We've heard over the last several months. I mean, official documents released and stuff like that. And so anyway, he said it doesn't make any sense. The thing was a damn rectangle flying in the air with no wings, no exhaust, no nothing, and kept up with him and then disappeared. Now, obviously it's not. Could that be a weather balloon? Please, you're killing me here. Anyway, 540 computer, Pete and Flounder. Boom. Oh, a quick political update in case you didn't hear. Again, nothing new on the Israeli war or Hamas or bombing or Russia or anything. There's nothing on either of the Biden war fronts. Oh, by the way, have you heard now he's making appearances? Apparently, President Slimebag is showing up on some commuter train where he starts talking to people and asking for desserts in the quiet-only train caboose. They have a train car, when the things go to Washington from where he lives, and they have a quiet-only car and a first-class car, and the quiet-only car means no talking, no phones, no talking. If you want to read the paper, have something to drink, no talking. So he's telling stories, talking away. I mean, it's just, the sweet old grandpa. He's a criminal. He's a pervert. He's a child molester to his own freaking daughter, turning into a sex freak maniac, a woman with severe problems. He groomed his son to be a bag man for the mob. Sold his country down the drain for millions of dollars for peddling influence and got the whole family pardoned beforehand, before they got caught. Anyway, Donald Trump wins. The Supreme Court says, no, I'm not Supreme Court. The lower court, but higher than the last lower court, has said Donald Trump gets to keep control of the National Guard in Los Angeles. And he made it very clear. Newsom was going to do squat. The mayor said, he caused all the problems. And then they realized, God, we have a problem here. And thank God Donald Trump called him out, because if he hadn't, and in fact, Christy Noem today said something like her agents are getting 500 threats a day to attack guardsmen and border people and National Guard troops and everything else. He said it's undisputed. They were pinning down the court said, undisputed facts. Protesters pinned down federal officers, threw concrete chunks and bottles of liquid and objects at the officers, damaged federal buildings, closed a building. Van was attacked by protesters. This seems pretty significant. And Newsom, by the way, had no power to veto the President of the United States. But, now Newsom's starting to call Trump names like he's insane and all this kind of stuff. Oh, and let me I put this on my phone today. This is another unbelievable freaking story here. Governor Newsom is now being ripped, and for good reason. Come on, open up. Thank you. Because he was talking to people, and he bragged about his wife being the first partner. She's not the first lady of California. She's the first partner. She had a birthday. He says, happy birthday to the first partner of California, the outstanding mother of our two incredible children, 51 years old. The backlash was swift. Women's rights groups like Riley Gaines. I can't even fathom my husband unironically calling me his partner. It's what is he? Immediate divorce right now. Another, have you ever considered marrying your partner so that she's, your wife? Were you not sure about her gender and wanted her to go gender neutral? Hey, I'm so confused. Why is it so wrong to use female terms? Are you that misogynistic? Another mocked him for referring to his wife as a mother, even though he avoided saying she's his wife. Shame on her. He forgot to call her the birthing person. I've forgotten that one. The birthing person. Again, that's an official phrase, by the way. His wife describes her as the first partner, and on his official website, chose the title first partner to send a signal of Oh, my God. Here's his explanation. He got so much flack over it. He chose the title First Partner as opposed to the traditional title of First Lady to send a signal of inclusivity, recognizing that one day there will be a woman or an LGBTQ plus governor of California, and to elevate the importance of partnership and the need for and benefits of a caring, inclusive government. That's how her bio on the website reads today. Oh, golly. And let's not forget also, by the way, that his wife, the governor's wife of California, was one of Harvey Rapestein's couch concubines. Yeah, she would give a little something to Harvey to get those parts because she wanted to be an actress. So she gave it up to Harvey. She put out for Harvey. And he married her. Would you kiss her on the mouth? Have you seen Harvey Rapestein? Yeah, I mean, this is freaking, a measure of inclusivity to insult your wife. I mean, I don't understand anything anymore. Honest to God, I don't get anything anymore. Harvey, oh, God. I mean, I have to eat dinner. I may ride the chopper tonight instead of having dinner. I mean, I may not be able to sleep. Yeah, quarter six. All right, leave me alone. Oh, my God. Stand by. I got more coming up.
The warm air, beautiful weather, and the sounds of baseball. It's got you thinking about hitting the road. And no matter where your adventures take you, Subaru of Gwinnett has a vehicle to get you there safely and in style. Like the 2025 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. More than the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4 or the 2025 Subaru Forester, the SUV for all you love. It's the right-sized SUV for all the adventures ahead with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPsetc.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. Summer's heating up, and so is the demand for serious mowing power. When professionals need performance they can count on, they turn to Exmark mowers at Howard Brothers. Engineered for durability, comfort, and a perfect cut every time. Whether you're tackling big jobs or building your business, Exmark is the name the pros trust to keep working all season long. So if you're serious about summer work, stop by Howard Brothers and see why Exmark stands above the rest. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and with Howard Brothers.
Storms, heat, humidity, your home takes a beating down south. Southern Exteriors was built for this. Now they're offering 10% off any job or 12 months, 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug. I know the team at Southern Exteriors personally. They do things the right way. Roofing, siding, windows, gutters, anything to the exterior of your home, they do it all. Call Southern Exteriors today or visit them on the web. It's 877-9-SOUTHERN and southernexteriors.co.
The 4th of July is more than a celebration. It's a reminder of what freedom really means. It means we have a responsibility to stay prepared, stay strong, and stay independent, no matter what the future brings. That's why My Patriot Supply is running their 4th of July sale with huge savings on emergency food kits, solar power systems, water filtration, and more. From solar generators to long-term food storage that lasts 25 years, every item is made to help Americans take care of their own without waiting on FEMA or the power company. Shop the sale now at mypatriotsupply.com/radio and save big on all things preparedness. My Patriot Supply is American-owned, American-operated, and proud to support the self-reliant spirit that made this country great. Don't wait. Shop mypatriotsupply.com/radio to stock up during the 4th of July sale. That's mypatriotsupply.com/radio, because real freedom starts with being ready.
You hear the disco beat on this?
Heresy.
You know, and it's really amazing. I'll read what this is. Flounders, our musical director, and
blasphemer.
Well, no. Actually, here's the story. Here's what Flounders list of musical things says. 1981, Stars on 45 went to number 1 on the singles chart, a medley of Beatles songs set to a disco beat. It was the start of a flood of Stars On hits, including Stars On, Stevie Wonder, punk songs, Status Quo, and Chaz and Dave. And that's all it says about this here. But I'm telling you, when I was looking at my history stuff last night, History.com has about a 10-page story on Stars on 45 because of the uproar and the history of it and the difference and the thing. And it's like when Dylan went, electric or what. I mean, it's just, this was a real thing.
No, this is just beyond, this is demonic.
Yeah. Yeah, but this had, a lot of people were very upset about this song.
Kill it.
Yeah.
Kill it with fire.
Yeah. Let's see. Our birthday list includes John Goodman is 73 today. Dan Connor, Roseanne, cult hero because of the iconic role of Walter on The Big Lebowski. John Goodman, 73. Bob Villa, This Old House from 1979 to 89. Bob Villa's 89. Cuban-American home improvement TV host, it says here. And he's still doing commercials. 79 years old. Good for him. And on this day in history, The Ed Sullivan Show debuts live on CBS in 1948. It was called The Toast of the Town. The first guests for Ed Sullivan include Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, and Broadway composers Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein for the score to South Pacific, which they had just done. And let's see, a couple of quick things here. What the hell was I going to do? I got just a little thing, my friends. I know I'm kind of anal about this, but the word is nuclear. Let's try it together. Nuclear. Okay? Let's try nuclear. There is no ya in nuclear. It's not yeller. Okay? It's nuclear. Okay? Nuclear. You could do clear or nuke. Lear. Either way you want to do it, but so let's work on those TPS reports and the cover sheets, okay? And I'm going to need to work this weekend, okay? And that'd be great.
I'm going to need that steak. I'm taking my steak.
Flounder, you got to tell you what you got.
We have Every Friday Susan.
Every Friday Susan. Hey, baby, how's it going? What's up?
Hey, I actually have Kelly on the phone. And
hey, Kelly.
She has a story about the Taliban that threw when they threw out the Shah. Yeah. So I'm just going to let her tell the story.
Cool. Okay, here's Kelly. Yes, ma'am.
My third grade best friend, and all through middle school, she, her mother was the niece to the Shah, who was overthrown in 1979.
The Shah of Iran? No kidding. Wow.
Yeah, and they fled the country when his regime was toppled, and it was always so sad to me because when the girls got to go back, they would, have to cover themselves from head to toe.
Yeah.
They couldn't even bring certain types of feminine hygiene products.
Oh, I know. I'm sure.
They couldn't paint their nails, and it was always just so sad, just really, really sad. And she and her mom was actually named after his wife, Farah, and just with everything going on with Iran right now,
especially
ringing
and these are and the liberals are saying, well, it's worse in America now than it was in most of the foreign countries around the world. I'm thinking, oh my God, have you not read anything about history? You don't remember anything in your? I mean, it's unbelievable.
No, it's not. And anybody who says that either has never read a book or is not very worldly or is not very traveled, and it's just really sad, honestly, when with everything coming back up and you see the pictures and you can't go anywhere unless a man's escorting you. You can't drive. You can't.
They will beat you in the street, and then maybe you may or may not get arrested. But if you're a woman and wearing the wrong thing in the street, they will beat you, and then they may also put you in jail. I mean, it's just. I mean, I can't imagine living under those conditions. Yeah,
that's if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Back then, you were lucky if you just went to jail. It's just really sad, and all these things going on. I read a really great article on Fox news today about, it was an opinion article about how Trump is moving all these pieces around the board.
Yeah.
And the insight to it was just really fabulous. And I thought, if he ultimately is doing this so he can circumvent and cut China out of any sort of direct path or trajectory to trade on goods, and it's all in the name of that vein. I think that would be incredible. So, well, I guess we'll just see. We'll see what comes of it.
Even today, Donald Trump once again had the live media telling him about everything. He was talking, and they asked him a couple of questions about winning the Nobel Peace Prize. He says, "I should have won 7 or 8 of them already." And he said, if I pull this off, of course I'm going to get the Nobel. They should call it the Trump Peace Prize and change the name of it to Donald Trump. I thought it was, man. And I'll bet he's going to pull it off. I'll bet he's going to solve everything. Oh, man.
I mean, I hope he does, because war is tragic anywhere, because you always have innocent civilians and whatnot.
It's got to stop. This is silly. Hey, listen, you guys, I'd love to talk to you every Friday, Susan, this week. Thank you, girls and ladies. Have a great weekend. First official day of summer. Full day is tomorrow. I hope you enjoy the heck out of it. Thanks again, you guys. Always a pleasure. 5:57, Kipper, Pete, Flounder, and Kelly, and every Friday, Susan. Or whenever day she wants to call it Friday, Susan. It's smart chicks. I remember the first time I met them at that party we had. Very impressive women. I mean, here's a funny story. We're talking about AI and crypto stuff. Hackers have now drained almost $100 million from a company called Novitex, which is the largest cryptocurrency exchange in Iran. So some hackers just took about $100 million from Iran, and it emptied their bank account. They poured the money into burned the funds in order to send Novitex a political message. They've been evading sanctions over the country's nuclear program, and now hackers took all their money. Here we go. Anyway, mercy. Again, the word of the day is nuclear. It's Lee, not nuclear. There's not a ya in there. I'm just saying. I don't mean a big goof about it. I'm just saying. Anyway, holy cow, it's 5:58 already. Go Braves are up in New York playing at 100 degrees, and now the Flounders funnies before we go.
No, they're Miami.
Or Miami's even worse.
One thing about Hitler that I admired is that he wouldn't take any shit from magicians.
Oh, boy.
Hitler was a big fan of magic, and Hitler would go to a magic club, and he'd watch the show, and afterwards he'd go backstage to talk to the magician. He'd go, it was a wonderful show, and I was just wondering, I was talking to my friend, where's the rabbit? I'm sorry, mein Führer. I'm really glad you enjoyed it, but we're really not allowed to tell about the secrets. They're tricks.
Magic for Hitler.
Yes, I understand you're not allowed to tell, but just tell me, where's the rabbit? Mein Führer, it's a union thing. Where is the rabbit? You will tell me where's the rabbit is now!
Who's that there, Flounder?
Larry David. I played that a few times.
Yeah, I know.
It's pretty funny.
And I'll tell you, it is always never unfunny when they have that section of the Hitler movie where he's talking to his staff and they're afraid to tell him the truth about whether it's riding a Harley in the motorcycle parade or God knows what else. And I almost wet my pants every time.
Oh, the Falcons blowing the Super Bowl.
Yeah, another one. Anyway, boys, and Lord Byron, hope you had a good time with us today. And Pete Davis and Flounder, have a great weekend, boys. Hope you have a wonderful time. In the meantime, Christine, sing me home, baby, because I gotta go. You're killing me. Look out, Herb and Herb. Here we go. Stand by.
The Morning Extra. Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.